every editor on Restream loved editing a lot. Though editing alone can leave you in a tight spot. And so if company is what one is seeking, then well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking. Welcome back to another, of whatever on earth this thing is that we're doing now. It's, yeah, our personal ripoff of a Honeycast, but everyone's editing this time, and we're all guest stars everywhere. We did one on Ghostie's channel yesterday, but yeah, for the next week or so, I'm gonna need a lot of these, so we're going to do it again. But fortunately enough, we have we have the guests. We have KW.
Hello!
And we have Ghostie.
Hi.
And we, in theory, also have Aidan, but you know. Oh, and we might have BB. Okay, yeah. Oh, and William, if you're animating right now, then that counts.
Come join us!
Like,
Yeah.
I was also about to point out, we need to let the queen in here, BB Butter.
Yeah, I can replace Aidan. I mean, he's not. He's around. He asked to be here a few minutes ago. I think he might just be.
You know, somehow he comes in early to on time to my stream, but when it comes to whenever you stream, he's always late.
Well then, okay. I see how it is.
I don't understand. Anyway, I have a headache. I took 2 Excedrin migraine. I'm here in spirit.
Okay.
Get it? Because my
I
name
mean, you are
is
basically a
Ghostie.
ghost. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, I heard someone. I heard a beep. That's probably gonna be me, but let's see.
Oh, I
Yep,
forgot there
it's
was a
BB.
beep.
I, on the other hand,
Oh,
am
okay, now there's
never
Aidan.
late.
Yes.
Nor are you early. You arrive precisely when you mean to.
I am a god. Mwahaha.
They weren't talking about you, Aiden. Trust me, pal.
Oh look, Dope is here.
I was quoting Gandalf, but sure.
I don't know who Gandalf is.
You don't
but
know who Gandalf is? Excuse
Who's Gandalf?
Right now.
Who's Gandalf?
I guess I will call you a dope for the rest of the stream.
Who is Gandalf?
Who doesn't
Yes.
know who
I think he's
Gandalf
joking.
is?
The fact that he said
Yes.
Gandalf's name in 3 different ways, I think he's joking.
Yes, that's the point. That's the point of the mask.
That's what the point of a mask is.
Okay.
So that way you
if
don't get like in trouble for watching someone get like sexually attacked in front of your friends.
Wait, what?
Hold on, I missed the start of this sentence. What is going on?
You know, maybe we shouldn't continue saying that sentence at all, because that seems not PG.
Oh, see, because Aiden said, "Oh, that's like what the point of the mask is," which is clearly a
Yeah,
reference
in
to Dream.
reference to him making like a joke.
Actually, no, BB. Dream has proved himself innocent with receipts and evidence.
No,
Yeah.
not the other day.
What other day? I can't keep
Like a
Yeah.
few days ago, whenever
Immediately.
George got in trouble for sexually
doing that.
Oh,
Say
no.
no.
assaulting
George
someone.
has proved that the allegations against him is bunk too.
Also, why does Dream?
Yeah, okay, sure they were.
You know, let's
Man, I
not
watched
talk,
that.
let's not talk
Not
about the
real
Minecraft
already.
YT thing.
Yeah,
the
can we stop
content
talking about
issue.
Yeah, we weren't going
What
to.
happened when I was like,
The reason that Aiden is mentioning
Don't
the,
worry about it.
the reason that Aiden's mentioning the mask is because I made that same reference yesterday because I was masking during the editor stream. And I'm going to do so of some more today. I have to finish putting this bench in, if you can see here, because
Well, you know, I know a thing or two about masking.
it's a custom prop.
Ha!
Ah!
Different
Hey
reference.
Jacob, I guess you could say the bench is pretty pressed for time.
I'm out.
Hey.
You know, I'd rather watch my nothing to do with these dad jokes. Bye.
Yeah, see you later. Thanks everyone for watching. Please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters.
Hey, BB, I've been editing a scene with your voice in it.
Okay.
That's because That's because Phoebe's voice is fantastic and it haunts my nightmares. Get out of my head, please.
No, I'll just keep talking, and eventually it'll just be nothing but me up there.
Oh no.
You know how
Sometimes
full,
when
you
we're
know
building
it,
characters and voices, it always stick with you. They will never leave.
Ghostie, have you ever watched Full House?
Yeah.
So you know that one episode where what was her name? Stephanie, I think. She no, what? I don't know. It was one of the girls. They were learning to drive or something, and then they were like, "Oh, I don't think this is a good idea." Oh, that's right. It was the drinking and driving episode. That's right.
Well, that does sound like it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
And at some point, her, like, an older sibling or whatever was like, no, sorry, she was like, oh no, I heard your voice as like my conscience or whatever, saying, hey, this isn't a good idea.
People say it to me all the time.
And then the older sibling was like, oh, that's called your conscience. Eventually, be your voice.
KW, didn't Bond say that I was their conscience when editing?
Oh.
Yeah, I think so. Around that, yeah.
You guys have consciences while editing?
Bond does.
Man, I just throw things in there, baby. I throw caution to the wind.
Don't worry about my webcam right now not being a webcam. It's just I had to get away with this. This is the best way I can show what I'm doing.
Okay, I actually can't see what's going on because that one's going. Oh, which reminds me, that means I can't see chat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think I left.
Well, don't worry. We have multiple people here. Hopefully, someone should be reading the chat constantly.
Yeah.
Like
Hi
this.
to anyone who's still in the chat.
I'm recording and editing while the stream is going on, so
I'm
half focused on that. I'm
Shoot, man, should I just start and finish a whole Rip in the Dark episode 2 while we're at it? I mean, if everyone else is editing right now.
do it?
That is kind of what we were doing.
one pro
Yeah.
I can say.
I thought it was just Jacob editing and everyone else was just blabbing about. I didn't realize everyone was gonna be editing. I was not aware.
Okay, to be fair,
Here's the technical thing. I'm technically not editing, but I'm animating, but still.
it's not technically a requirement. It's just something we do.
Also,
Yeah,
I was
It's just
gonna
the thing we
say,
do.
I'm not editing right now, and the reason why I'm quiet is because I had a mental breakdown at 3 a.m. last night.
Oh no.
So I exist in roughly a somewhat congealed state.
That's an interesting word for it, but fair enough.
I've been binging Walton Files recently.
Oh, the Walton Files, yeah.
I was really into it back in the day, and then it took like a huge hiatus, and so I kind of forgot about it. And then the 4th one recently came out, and so
Yeah,
I just through the entire series all over again. It's still so good.
I just realized
I've
this stream
seen,
is
like, bits and
tailor-made for
pieces of
BB
it.
because she could just
Hello,
say
Josh.
whatever with no segue.
If you want to screen share what you're doing, OBS Virtual Cam is the solution I've made.
I
can
would
also,
share
I can
my
also approve,
screen.
screen shares if people
Oh, yeah.
want.
I would,
I'm
but
just
I
doing
feel
it through
like that
virtual
would be
cam
squirrely
because I
stuff.
don't want my audio to be blasting through the stream. I don't
Yeah,
want to get
the
big of a
reason
copyright
why
claim.
I'm kind of keeping it vague on streams about what I'm doing is I'm working on episode 9 of Fallen Angels, and I'm not in the mood to spoil the events
That's one
that are going to
reasons why
unfold
I
in that
don't ever
episode.
do that.
I will spoil events, and I am not doing that right now.
I'm currently trying to make the animatronic get bashed by a wrench right now, so don't
Wait.
worry about me.
You're right. I guess since I'm here, which episode should I do? Just give me a number between 1 and 8.
6.
2.
I feel like the more numbers that you get, the more confusing it's going to be, so I'm not going to say one.
I mean,
Alright, so I'll randomize the thing
number
here.
analyzer or number
Yeah,
generator.
so 2 or 6. Which one are we doing?
Flip a coin. Heads and. Oh wait, I was going to say you said 6 and 2. I was going to say if it's
Wait, I already did that first part, so I need to do the. Was it?
I
the
mean,
chorus?
sure, yeah. What you know? Yeah, you got here. KW, you were 6, right?
I
Yes, KW.
yes.
Okay, heads or tails?
Tails.
Okay, so tails is 6. All right.
And heads is 2.
Tails.
Apparently,
Aw.
Tails is 8 and Sonic is 12.
What?
God. Wait, okay, I'm sure C4 for somewhere below. Wait, no, wait. That's wait. What part is welcome to what? Okay.
I'll close Discord as well.
I love filming dramatic scenes.
Oh, somewhere where I belong.
When you're filming a dramatic scene, it doesn't look very dramatic, but then when you edit it, it's like, dang, the drama.
Oh yeah, this is something that Ghost Kitty mentioned during last stream. It's because she said that looking at my timeline, it's quite polished today, but last time it was a lot worse. She said looking at it, her brain hurt. And how could I possibly make sense of what was going on? It's because I have an image in my head of what it's supposed to look like, and I'm constantly working towards that, and because I know all the tools. It's like, yeah.
And plus, you also been
crazy.
putting it together the whole time, so you've seen it when there was nothing to when it got really messy, so you kind of know what everything is.
Yeah, pretty much.
My timeline, I don't even know what it looks like because I'm just animating nonstop. So
I remember my timeline when it was but a barren wasteland.
I
No.
usually know the outline of what I want the scene to be like by the end, but by the time I reach it, I'm usually like, okay, but also this would be really cool. Let's do this too.
Let's
I mean,
change my
sometimes that
intention.
happens.
Let's
I
change
thi- I
my
think-
intention.
Yeah, I think Aidan did. Aidan put in like a last minute request when he saw me editing a Fallen Angels scene one time.
Wait, which
Which
scene
was
was
fine.
that? Which episode was
It was. I can't remember the episode number, but it was the one where Zach had just joined the team and he was having a conversation with Alana about.
Oh yeah, the
idea of trusting each other.
fading kind of effect that we did in that episode.
Yes, that one. Yeah, you came up with that while I was editing it.
Yeah, because it was
Yeah, sure, I
inspired
can do
based off something you did for one of Immune Girl Season 2 episode.
is it good to say now? I have still not fully watched Fallen Angels.
It's fine,
I mean-
I recommend watching it all.
It's not
If
good
you
to
haven't
say
seen
anytime.
Fallen
For
Angels,
shame.
if you haven't seen Fallen Angels,
We'll
you should
beat
check
you.
it out.
We'll beat you like you're in a Catholic church using the wrong hand.
What?
Dang.
Okay. That might be a bit too extreme.
Nah. Well, tell the Catholic Church that. Tell the
Yeah, I was
Catholic
gonna say,
Church.
yeah, like, what do you?
Or tell Spanish schools for up until like the 1980s.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
same kind of
dang.
idea for the exact same reason.
Yeah.
Uh,
real weird idea. How did that one even come about?
How many arms?
Because the opposite of right is wrong. I don't
How
know.
Right now I'm doing one of those shots. You know, like when you do like a shot where it's like there's stuff in the foreground and background as well as the character. I'm doing one of those shots right now.
So
That can arguably be a few different shots and combinations.
Yeah. But like, listen, I'm doing some cool layering stuff for a shot in this scene.
It also depends on what you classify as forefront and background.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Also, by the way, I'm not
Oh,
going
wait, I
to do
forgot
masking
to
this whole
look up
time.
the
I'm
script.
mostly finished with this bench. Today, of course, as it says in the chat, I aim
Where's
to
my
get to the
script?
part where I actually become the thing I was supposed to destroy and start lip syncing.
Ooh, also, I'm gonna do one of those silhouette shots. You know, like when when a dramatic thing happens and like the character and maybe an object becomes silhouette as a dramatic thing happens. I'm gonna do one of those kind of shots.
Oh yeah, like for the Adam versus Key fight.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna do one of those for one of these scenes, which I'm looking forward to doing, but I'm also
Wait.
kind of nervous to pull off for the first time.
Oh, there it is.
Aiden, I have one very important question for you. Did you send Bon a proper storyboard for the animation? Or did you just explain to Bon what you wanted?
I sent the Bon a partial storyboard, and then I asked Bon if they wanted me to continue with the storyboard, or if they wanted to continue it, and they I don't know, and I just had them continue it. But I sent some examples of what a storyboard would look like. Like I have tons of screenshots. I have a bunch of the screenshots from the potential storyboard. And also the script. But
I
also
certainly don't have any screenshots of storyboards. I'm the animation nerd.
Yeah, whenever I nabbed someone for a commission recently, I didn't do a storyboard. I described what I wanted, but I described it in the way that you would describe like cinematography. And so I think that did the job pretty well.
And I'm just annoyed because I wasn't recording that whole time, so now I gotta re-record all of it. What I just filmed.
Actually, it threw this person off, which is weird because I've been clearly treating this as like cinematography as opposed to like traditional art this whole time. So I don't know how this one got lost in translation, but at one point, because one of the requirements was certain parts of it were meant to be in soft focus. And so they send me like a picture, like yeah, this can be like the last step if this is what you mean by soft focus anyway. And they send me a picture, and you can clearly see they searched up the phrase "what is a soft focus in art."
What else? So it's a screenshot of the Google tab. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. And so I was like, yeah, but and then I send them like the wiki description and then like a side-by-side image of like soft focus and non-soft focus, and that got the picture across.
They were like, well, this is
I forgot to hide the names. Oh, I'm so glad that I caught that before I started like recording stuff.
I mean, it's very similar, but their definition that they were looking at was basing it off like if you're doing it in like specifically a piece of art, like traditional art, and it's like that might get the job done if you take the picture into like heavy consideration, but that's not. Let me send it to you in a way that a movie would view it, right? Because that's kind of the way I think about a lot of this.
Like a movie?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, wait, I need to change the character's expression for this.
It's crazy, actually. Sometimes if I don't do things for a while and I just let ideas come to my head for a project, even if I know it's not coming out, they'll just kind of flood in. I have, like, the craziest way to end, like, a film series that I want to do. And it's like, hey, we're going to have, like, big anime-inspired fight where it's, like, two really powerful characters actively lowering themselves down to meet at the exact same level right in the middle of a waging, like, battle. And then like around the end it's gonna like go to like a close-up shot to like the main character, like the protagonist, and it goes to like black and white as they have like a monologue as everything goes to like slow motion, and they're like and yeah, I kind of expected this because my opponent isn't really beatable, but I don't think I really processed it until this very moment that I'm running out of breath and everything's just gonna fail right here and now. I'm going. I have like 10 seconds left. Things are just going poorly, and then there's moments where their human nature will start to like bleed, and they'll like almost take a step back, thinking to like run, and then I'm gonna try and like go really crazy and like I'm gonna blow just most of the budget on that one thing, on like getting a whole animatic, so it's like flashing between like the future / present, where it's like after the battle's already done and the antagonist just like mopping through the battlefield, as per the deal, and then we're flashing back to like the past / present while it's happening, and so it's like non-chronological storytelling between the same scene, between like the duel and the actual like aftermath, to really sell like, hey, yeah, it's sort of to sell like, hey, this is inevitable now, right? This is the consequence, and every / here transitions to the / here, and so it's it's kind of crazy, and I kind of love it.
Loca.
Yes. Chris. I know what loca means, Jacob.
No,
I
it's
know.
that's a Shakira song. I'm crazy, but
Oh.
you like it. Loca. Anyway.
I know what loca means. That's the one Spanish word one the few I
In
knew.
which case, I'm going to
Hey,
say...
Bella, where have you been, Loca?
Sorry, BB, I didn't understand a word you were saying. My brain is currently internally rotting.
Oh,
No.
That's your
fair.
problem.
It's okay. I understood every other word pretty much. I understood the main idea and every other word, but you know,
man.
yes.
It was a mostly semi-coherent way of explaining it anyway. Anyway, so you know.
It's sorry. It's just kind of in my head. I don't know really.
I mean, I get it. Like, I have a lot of visuals and a lot of ideas in my head, but it's really hard to verbally explain them sometimes. It's just
This is why writing complex stage directions in Gacha script is actually good practice.
Nah. For me, listen.
Meanwhile, there's just me in the background. Jacob, I'm so jealous.
Huh? Oh,
can-
right, because of the zoom in thing. Yeah, I asked you about that yesterday, didn't I?
Not only because of the zoom in thing, but you can visualize stuff in a scene before you put it in. How? Tell me your secrets, Butterman.
I think it's probably because I started out by writing books, and that way I got used to visualizing things and describing them in detail in wording. And because I had that, I then when it came time to applying that in a script, like I said, I tried to outline the stage directions in the script as much as possible. It became second nature after a bit. That is probably how.
Having
Also,
multiple things of just editing in the background reminds me a lot of like that. Of like you have a video and then you have like Subway Surfers down below.
God, I sometimes get mesmerized by the Subway
Wow.
Surfers, and I hate it because I know they're
no.
just stealing content. I get mesmerized by like Subway Surfers in the video, and just
Right,
in the
I
brain.
feel so pathetic because
YouTube-
it's like I care about the main thing, but then they have this thing on the bottom, and it's like, oh god, I
get
can't turn
distracted.
away.
YouTube
I'm like,
Shorts, in
ooh.
my opinion, they just degenerate a heck hole of everything
yes.
wrong with YouTube.
Family Guy clip combined with Subway Surfers gameplay.
Totally isn't. Like,
Or you'll just have like
content
these
theft,
weird,
and
or
we're
like
not
these
interested
weird
by
mobile
Disney at
games
all.
on the bottom as well. Like, God, sometimes I just get mesmerized by them too. It's like, wow.
Why Disney hasn't
I
just
don't
shut them
know,
all out of
those-
existence.
Do you
I
honestly
don't
have to? Do you honestly have to? If much more of the content of that was stolen, do you have to steal that? Because like I feel like you just play the game at that point. I used to have that
it's
kind of
just fun
B-roll
to
because
watch.
back in because back in 2016 that was how the the commentary community was because of people like Leafy is Here and Pyrocynical, for example, who had gameplay while they had the commentary on. It was mostly their gameplay, to my knowledge anyway.
No,
And
it's just
because
mostly when people
that's-
do that, they are unironically stealing content from another
Yeah.
platform.
Yeah.
And or Family Guy clips.
I mean, it honestly,
This is
it's
why,
not. To me, it's
this is
not
why I
that
had
bad
videos
when it's
from-
specifically stuff like South Park, Family Guy, except like actual TV shows. Like, it's not as bad, but it's really bad when it's like actual YouTubers content, or like when it's actual YouTubers content. I get annoyed by it. It's like, come on,
I
this
think
is like an actual
Come on, man.
YouTuber. This
When it comes to a
actual
legal standpoint, I
YouTuber.
think like TV show
They're
clips
not a
are worse
multi-million-dollar
because
company, okay?
Well, I figured out how to,
multi-million-dollar companies are
guys.
less like
What?
I figured out
they'll
how
be
to
after
steal.
your butt. Multi-million-dollar
figured-
companies.
I figured out how to steal Fallen Angels. All I have to do is put Subway Surfer exclusively.
Oh my god.
Aiden will be so busy
You a
watching
while.
Subway Surfers that he'll forget to report me.
It's like,
Hey,
ooh,
I
is
cannot
this Subway
choose.
Surfer?
Background. I'd like all three of them, but I only need to choose two at least, or
That's
one.
okay. If I've learned
Weird.
anything from YouTube, it's that even if Aiden is distracted, someone who doesn't have any relation to Fallen Angels at all will still claim you.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah, it's just
much.
called how broken the YouTube copyright system is. I swear to goodness, they need to change it really badly, or else it's gonna be the death.
It needs.
itself.
It needs to do a
they
lot of
say,
things.
they say everything is going to
They
be
don't-
the death of YouTube, but yet YouTube is still running.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure because they didn't care about the whole
That-
Sniper Wolf situation. I don't think they'll care a single bit about like people.
Yeah,
being nothing.
they're
The
like, they
problem is
both did
because-
something wrong. What do you mean?
The problem is because they don't have any real competitor.
Well, I mean,
but
yeah, like
the main problem is
think-
whenever a competitor pops up, they can't handle it for long. Like I was on like some video
Blair.
Blair. I was on Blair for a little bit,
then they
trying
shut
to make
down.
trying to make videos for that, but it died. It
Yeah,
hardcore died, and I'm upset about it. It's like,
I
damn.
I had like a full roleplay series that was almost finished from there. I lost the files for that mostly, and I'm so like mad about that. Well, look, I'm gonna be rebooting
Blair?
it for a third time, and I'm waiting
Yeah.
for someone to respond to me about my thing about that. Aidan,
Huh?
did you not see the ping?
I did not see the ping. What
How
happened?
did you?
Listen,
redoing
I have been
Venus
sad
for
and
a third
depressed
time.
and busy with work. And when I'm not busy with work, I'm busy with my grandparents, declining mental state and physical health.
I'm redoing.
It's not
Venus.
fun over here. It's kind of horrible.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
me
redoing
and
Venus
Aiden
for a
are
third time
saying-
because we weren't able to like do.
Chroma
much.
key dancing.
Yeah, I think me and Aiden are sitting within the same soup right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
But instead of a good tasting soup, it is
It's crap soup.
it's crap
poop
soup.
soup.
It's a really
poop soup.
it's a really nasty soup.
My brain will never unhear the word.
I feel
crab
like if
soup.
anyone is sitting in soup, it will always be a nasty soup, no matter what you do with it, to be honest.
Look, I hate soup, no matter what it is.
I love soup. I don't love soup where people's feet have been in it.
What do you mean? That's the best kind of soup.
Yeah, do you have
Okay,
experience,
Dan
Aiden?
Schneider.
How did I make that joke? I was about to make that joke.
I'm going.
I got you covered.
Replace the soup with miners and we're good enough.
I love and hate my friends.
That's the running theme of these streams.
Just cursed all out the board.
Mhm.
Where's
Oh, you
My
weren't here for
title.
the other ones.
Nah, 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 nah.
I looked at them for a few seconds. And I was like,
Nah. I wanna shift them like I'm using. I don't know. Like they're like my anime.
Yes, there you
nah.
go.
These are right. I'm like looking at Jacob's screen. I'm looking either like, are you like fixing
Angel
the
Dust is here,
hairstyle or
by the
something?
way, and Angel Dust says hello.
Okay, hi Angel Dust. I can't see the chat today, but hello. I'm
Angel Dust
acknowledging your
didn't say hello to
existence.
us, though, so I didn't...
He said hello
I'm
to Josh.
addicted to the madness. This hotel is my Atlantis. Ever gonna find a reason to burn? Listen to that song. How do I say this in a PG
Probably
way?
I thought you were
Oh,
trying
wait.
to go for like a mashup of Shipping Shrine and.
Nah, nah, nah,
I don't even know what he was saying. I'm just disturbed now.
It's the
All right,
night
now I'm properly
mashup edit
screenshotting Blender.
performed by Aiden.
I just keep calling it. Oh no, that's just hilarious to me. Oh no, her hair got rid of part of the bench. I didn't know her ponytails were that
Oh
strong.
God. Oh no.
Oh, this is
Ah.
this is because the mask is copied from a different selection where her position is like that. It's probably from over here. Let's see. Yeah. So every time that she moves, I have to do this. That's one of the drawbacks to masking. But yeah,
I mean, I would just green screen them or something.
see, that's the thing. But with this bench, what I've done is I have Terry behind it and Kylie in front of it.
I do like that effect you did.
And also they're on the If I hadn't done it this way, I would have had to mask Kylie's eyes, which is much simpler to be fair. But
yeah, it's so much simpler. Nah.
yeah, this is basically this allows me to do this in 2 layers rather than 4.
Fair
The
enough.
world of editing is something I haven't delved in a little while.
I mean, well, at least it's not like the Felix scene from the season 2 finale. Caused you to crash
Oh
multiple
no,
times.
yeah, I will
Oh.
never. I will never ever have.
I
as
mean,
many
well, now you know how
layers
to
of
mask,
maps
so
ever
it'll be
Yeah,
a lot
no,
easier to do that
please
scene
do not have the
if
many
you
layers in
ever
one
have to do
project
a scene
file.
like that again. Which I don't know if we have a scene like that for a bit.
I don't think. Well, even if we did, well, the only one that compares to it is that cafeteria scene that I never got past Nabwitch Academy, and that's the reason that show isn't updated in years. But actually, the thing is that now I can just, because I have enough Fire Alpaca knowledge, I can just make part of that anyway, and just render it as a different as a custom background, so I don't have to worry about that as much anymore. Back then, it was all okay. I made the whole Felix lab in Vegas with no external editing because I had foreground details as well.
Meanwhile, here I am with Monster Compendium taking everything the hardest way I can possibly can.
Well, now you have the now you have the layer shortcut that I pointed out last stream.
By the way,
Anyone doesn't know what you're talking about, go to Ghostie's channel.
Thank you. I hate you so much, but I also appreciate your help.
Love-hate relationship over here.
Yeah, I understand the need for efficiency and when it comes to this stuff. Sometimes
I have 5 water bottles in my room.
in the original the original scene, this bench is actually a custom prop from Gacha Life 1. And I just and I just had that to the side of them, but then I was like, why did I put this bench here if it's not going to be used at all? And so since I had to import it back anyway, I thought, you know what, might as well. But
I'm
like questioning what you're doing right now, but like
I just opened the editing project of Monster Compendium, and the first thing I see is Alec reacting to his front door being blown in by his best friend.
I also just opened up the Orb in the Dark episode 6 project. If you wanna pop that into the side over here if you want.
Oh, okay. You
Willy
mean like
Rams.
okay, right, actually screen share. Okay.
Yeah, I ain't no
Willy
coward,
Rams.
man. If everyone else is doing it.
All right.
Okay.
As long as the system audio is off, because you most likely probably don't want to have that on.
Even if
Oh
I did
God,
want
not
to
that, no.
with only
Not
doing
the
it doesn't turn on audio if it's just a window.
Willie went. Also, William, I'm gonna give you some context. Basically, I introduce a character in the most Chad way possible, and by a Chad way, I have her.
The most the best way to situate these.
Yeah, I tell you, look, you've got to experiment sometimes. Okay,
That's
for the
fair.
sake of variety, I'll put you into center for now.
Okay.
BB, I was telling a story.
Oh God,
sorry.
I don't know what editing stuff for that.
Anyway, basically, I have a character be introduced in the most Chad way possible, and that Chad way is that she literally breaks down the front door.
Aidan, can you see if this looks good?
I'm gonna challenge that and say, Moesha enters as by bursting through into a party hall with a jetpack.
Did you just? Yeah, that is another Chad way. But that's because both of these characters are the bigger Chads.
Oh yeah,
their own feature films.
They're both the gremlins of their respective series.
Listen, you just
God,
gotta...
I almost missed this. Jeez, Kylie's hair just slices through the bench.
No!
Gotta fix that.
Yeah, please do.
Jacob, listen, when your main character is the straight man, there needs to be a gremlin to balance out his stoic energy.
Yeah. Well, that is essentially most of my streets, or at least the early my streets.
Well, at least we can say about my street as compared to what Afma is doing now. At least there is a straight man to balance out the cast.
Yeah, I said I was going to do like a separate video about this, but I think that is like the number one reason why the new content doesn't hit so well is because there is no straight man. It's the exact same problem as Teen Titans Go. Everyone is just on the same.
No, not Teen Titans Go.
Everyone's the same level of absurdity, and no one's able to offset.
There's no straight man.
it's not like Aphmau couldn't be wacky in my street. She absolutely could. It's just that whenever she was, it was somebody. There's somebody else fills the foil role. It could be Zane. It could be Aaron, Caitlin.
Just someone there to
three,
straighten
somebody
things
else.
out.
Let's face it, it was usually either
I think
Aaron
it
or
was.
Zane. That's because Aaron, had to be a father figure to his, the crack children.
I put Caitlin there as well, mostly because of the early interactions with her rooming with Kawaii-chan and just, the mental fortitude that required from her.
Oh boy. If anyone else was in that situation, I think we'd all just instantly be like, nope, bye, not today, nope.
Yeah, that's what I love about the season 1 of My Street was just the dynamic between the three roommates.
Yeah, I think over time it kind of just over time it got a bit more over the top. I feel like in some moments, and it just overall the scope kind of I think grew a bit too big, but I don't know.
Yeah, Minecraft roleplay as a medium is so hard to enter now because of Aphmau's just influence.
You could sort of say the same thing about the gacha tubers that push the medium that far. Like the gacha emikas, Rosie Clossies, or Not Zoe's of the world. Midori Stories as well. I haven't shown that off on Gacha Review yet, but eventually Midori Stories will be on that list once we get past the green light.
I think I fared to argue. I think you've on an old channel you had that you did 2 gacha reviews video on.
Yes.
I have a channel for it. You have done a Midori Stories thing on there before.
I thought that was going to be a good way to kickstart it, and then Gacha Review, the live versions became the main thing for watch hours, and I was like, yeah, there's no point me putting these in a separate channel yet.
Yeah. Why is this? That's fine.
I'm trying to think if I should make this one character's eyebrows just a bit lighter so you can see one of them, but you can also because the hair is cutting it, but at the same time
That is an easy solution, KW.
Go, and then I'm done animating this 30
and what's that?
Horrible.
Make them a hot bad boy like you like them.
The hot bad boys tend to have light eyebrows. I've never noticed this before.
No, I was about to say they tend to have darker eyebrows. That is a solution. That's kind of what I was implying, but I was also
William, are you okay?
Don't worry about my yawning. Don't swear.
That was yawning. It sounds a lot like screaming in pain.
Oh, trust me, I've yawned like that before many a time.
This is
I know. You scared the absolute doo-doo out of Bon once.
Yeah.
If you want to see the character I'm working on.
I think I remember the clip when I was I was so desensitized to the one stream. I was playing Gary's Mod and I screamed with those
while editing.
Oh.
Just for the record, I agree with everyone else.
About what? I forgot what you were saying. Oh no, this is this is the worst one by far that I need to do.
No, because William's little screamy on over there.
Oh, okay. That, yeah.
The scream yawn that happens and it scares the absolute bongos out of everyone every time it happens. I don't know why he said bongos.
Yeah, I'm back here thinking, he probably just got injured. I'll laugh at him after I finish this next thing in the editing process.
No.
And then he goes, sorry about the yawn. What yawn? Who yawns like that?
Sorry, guys, that's just my yawning. Totally.
Right, it's blood-curdling horror scream. Sorry, guys, I yawned. Whoopsies.
I feel attacked right now.
I just saw something AI related. I guess someone decided to make a Battle Opponent comic fiction thing, but it's AI horror, which I'm like, why?
Because that's probably what AI does best.
Make
horrors out of everything.
You say that actually, but before any of
Actually,
these,
no, I'm about to
but
say
before
that.
any of the big ethical concerns really started showing their heads, you know, like everyone else, I messed with AI whenever it first started coming out, and there's like this one piece that I remember getting, and you got to keep in mind, like early generative AI, right, was not anywhere as convincing as it is now. And I actually did use it for the source of horror because it was so indiscernible. It was so terrible that I don't think I could have ever come up with it because it was so bad at its job that I was kind of great for like a horror design.
Look, no matter what case it is, I see AI as something that can be a helpful, like, resource to help, not to replace.
Yeah, I think we really brought this up in all of the streams we've done of this nature.
Yeah, this always ends up being a
That was an actual
conversation.
scream.
This always ends up being a conversation set piece somehow. Like, AI is a useful tool for useful features to be helpful, but not a lot of people take it for what it was originally created to supposed to be, which is a tool.
Companies are trying to just replace actors and writers with it. They're greedy and don't understand.
Let's face it, AI is kind of useless without human intervention.
I forget.
Case in point, AI art.
Right, I forget which company it was. I think it might have been Midjourney, but I'm looking it up while I'm saying this. But there's some large AI, like generative AI company that like started firing their own employees because they also were found useless by the stuff that they created.
Oh. I was going to say, the company's firing employees is nothing new under the sun, but the way that you mention it, yes, very much new under the sun.
Which I will say, I don't know what else they expected. They made a software specifically designed to do things that humans do, and then as soon as you make your own software that good, yeah, of course it replaced you first. Which is super dystopian, but also it was kind of expected.
Look, I'm still mad peeved about the whole thing that happened a little while ago with SAG-AFTRA like signing to allow like AI replicas of people's voices. When wasn't like fighting against AI one of the reasons why they went on strike in the first place?
Yeah, that's one of those weird things because a lot of the actor strikes happen like against AI, but then the gaming voice actors and stuff are just in big trouble because they don't care about them. Like they were like, hey, AI's bad for movies and shows, but if you're if you're like a voice actor for a video game, we do allow AI for that. So
your characters always look uncanny enough most of the time. People wouldn't care.
Yeah, look, so it's like I hope you don't feel like you really want to do video game voice acting because we aren't here to keep your job alive. Go into the movies or shows.
Like, even then, I think we have a little while to go before voice acting in any regard is replaced.
I don't. There was a point where I might have agreed with that. At this point, the way that it has grown so quickly, I don't think it's gonna take as long as we might think.
I don't know.
I used to think it was very imminent until I reviewed that one AI voice acted Gacha video, and I realized
I would have joined that if I wasn't so busy. I think on that day. How was that?
Not good.
Yeah, it was AI generated. In what world was it gonna be good?
I watched like one.
No, I don't know if the voice was AI generated. I mean the voice. Yeah, there could, in theory, have been other parts of the video that might have worked, like the actual writing or the editing, aside from the voice acting. But no, none of that.
I mean, when I heard AI generated Gacha, my first instinct was like, yeah, the voices, which I mean, I think was boasting about. It's like, why are you boasting about AI voices? I think what they don't even sound that good. They just sound like default text to speech.
No, it's you guys know that one Discord scam where like there's these like big software scammers software? No, like web.
Wait, it hasn't finished explaining yet. How can you possibly know?
the web of scammers that like show up are like, hey, how are you? And you're like, I'm doing all right. You? They're like, can we talk a little bit? And it's like, sure. And they're like, so I'm having a really tough time, and it'd be great if you like bought my art, my commissions that I do. And it's
I've
like,
never come across that scam.
I've gotten one constantly, all the time. They never go away.
Like that sometimes. With
Did you block them?
Yeah, I block literally all of them.
Dang.
I've never like gotten
Your
that
name
scam
must have
simply.
came up on some sort of list.
In fact, somehow my Discord account.
Well, I
don't
think it's because I
ever been
respond.
hacked.
Because the thing is, because I don't have my DMs locked, right?
Hmm.
So if someone's like hi, I'm like hey, because it's like maybe it's just someone like wanted to chat a little bit, right? And they even start out pretty normally, right? At this point, it's like, how are you doing? That's my red flag. If they ask me how I'm doing right off the bat, that's whenever I'm like, this is probably a scammer.
BB, the other thing
which
to
is
consider
terrible,
is the
because
fact
that should just be like good etiquette.
That should just be
But-
a normal response, but a lot of
Yeah,
people use it
it's-
in terrible ways.
BB, the other thing to consider is the fact that is that
the
you
internet
frequently
uses
you frequently ask for what, or you know, apply get commissioned artwork. So you frequently commission people in the first place. So if they happen to have found that out somehow, that might be why you're getting those and no one else here is at the moment.
That's fair, yeah.
Also,
It's funny because this recent one, which is under the name Ruby Quinn, I looked at their image, and AI has this weird vibe to it. Like you can't even really describe it half the time, but it has a vibe.
It's
to
an
it.
inhuman vibe.
And
like I was
so
about
I
to
looked at it and I was like, this doesn't feel human. I can't tell you
Yeah.
why. It
There's
looks
a word for
okay.
that. That's the uncanny valley. That's an actual psychological
actually,
phenomenon.
guys, I can actually explain why AI art looks so uncanny.
Well, I think Jacob just explained it, but go on.
That it falls into the uncanny valley. And it's replicating multiple art pieces at once. It's looking at the dividends of all of these art pieces from artists that are both new and experienced. And it's taking all of those artworks and smashing them together, which is how we get things like hands with 9 to 10 fingers, or hands within hands.
I would say it's not that egregious.
Incredibly glossy faces.
I mean, to be fair, hands are a very
hands
hard
so
thing to
funky,
draw.
but they aren't like
and like if you're
they
referencing
aren't
like,
like that
a poorly drawn hands with some well drawn hands, you're gonna get some funky looking hands.
You know, this reminds a bit of Frankenstein, actually.
Oh,
Because in Frankenstein, like the thing that he was trying to do in the first place was create the most beautiful man possible out of and so got different and obviously working body parts from corpses, and but then of course you combine all those things together, it looks horrendous. In fact, we did an exercise on that in English class at one point, and actually showed that let's take some conventionally attractive celebrities, and I'm just going to show you on this PowerPoint what happens if you merge all those qualities together, and you get absolute monstrosities, and that is exactly what Frankenstein learned.
Yeah.
Why?
It's interesting
It's the same class I
because
watched, read the play and had the whole blind Agatha thing, by the way, for lore purposes.
yeah.
But wasn't
interesting
Agatha
because
Felix like
there's,
dating or something, or like fiance or something?
I'll get back to that. Let BB finish first, and I'll get back to that too.
It's interesting because I saw this like conspiracy the other day, and I don't think there's any evidence to back this up, so I'm not gonna say it's true or not. But I could totally see if it were right. If it came out that this is what happened, I wouldn't be surprised. Where it's like, hey, so you know how like AI consistently messes up hands in particular? What if it's because people talk about so often how hard it is to get hands right, and so the AI, to master that human quality, tries to mess up hands slightly, but it doesn't understand what a real flaw is. So in its attempt to make a flaw, it makes a perfectly designed flaw, which fits in like this weird like liminal space that it's like, this clearly wasn't human.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not the dumbest conspiracy theory in the world, but also what the heck?
Yeah, but like I could totally see it though.
Like, speaking of AI, to bring up something a little more fun. I tried AI chat. I tried character AI.
Bad idea.
BB, come over here.
They get saucy. They get saucy in the
AI gets saucy with the character.
Like, it's not. Like,
doesn't matter that he's a teenager. They still
no,
get saucy.
actually, Aidan.
I have to say who he is in this case. BB doesn't know who you're talking about.
Also, Aidan, I have a lot of characters. I have one overage character that I'm using. She's
Dude,
about
I'm
27.
so stupid. If
Her
you guys
name-
been watching me edit, I've been like boosting this like level up because I thought this was too loud, and so I've been trying to minus it.
I think
I didn't realize that I haven't been adding the minus this whole time, so I've been like, why is it still so loud at 20%? It's because it's not negative 20.
Okay.
Oh.
Also,
well, I don't think we could hear the audio. So
Ghostie's trying to tell BB a story right now. Which I'm not sure BB registered because she went off on a complete tangent, but you never know.
No, I've been hearing. That's why I took a second to mention it, but then I was like, oh, this is so stupid. I have to mention it.
Okay. I'm just gonna hop in here and say, I have a character named Scarlet. She's 27. And every time I enter into an AI dialogue, the characters are completely normal with her. She's fine. She can talk to people, no problem. But for some reason, whenever Ulrich, a 17-year-old boy, enters the chat, everyone wants to jump his bones. I have no idea.
Add his ages into the AI?
Yes.
Oh.
I even state multiple times that Ulrich is a teenager.
I feel like, yes, Ulrich, with his teenage body and teenage mind, lifted up a cup of water to drink it like a teenager because he is 17, emphasizing teenager.
Yeah, it's one of those things where AI has always done that sort of. So, if you remember back in the dawn of ChatGPT, right?
Yes, I remember.
You gotta remember, it was all kinds of bigoted. In particular, a very recurring theme: racist.
This is not even a case of the character AI being racist. It is quite literally AI is horny for teenager.
Pedophilia.
No, that's why I said it's all kinds of like bigoted, right? Like it's like that wasn't the only instance. That was just like a very common one.
The internet made it this way.
Right, and it's like, why is it that one of the first qualities you get is just that? It's like, you know, out of all the human database, of all the conversations you get, the first thing you learn is how to, like, hate different groups of people.
Maybe they started on Twitter.
That's fair.
Like anything
the
that's
worst place for anything.
Let's face it, anything that is born on Twitter is doomed to fail.
Like fail to the depths of HP double hockey sticks is where it's doomed to fail.
Good thing the Butter Bunch didn't start on there. That's just supplementary material.
Even then, the Butter Bunch Twitter is interesting within its own way.
Yeah, it's interesting in its own way because I'm the only one running it right now. So I'm just, you know, sometimes. Actually, I bet you right now it's just a weird bag of things because you'll get a lot of different stuff. So here we go into replies. Right. So it's a weird hodgepodge of things. So there's me asking about like, hey, why is the Where's MatPat site like flagging my antivirus? I haven't accessed the site because of that, by the way. Because like every time I try to enter, it's like, hey, Bitdefender says this is like bad idea, and then you click.
I don't know what's happening there.
Like, are you sure this is a really bad idea? I'm like, you know, on second thought. And even on like MatPat's video where he showed it, at like the top left, you can see it clearly says the words "not secure," and so I was like, okay, hey Matt, what's going on here, man?
Hang on, wasn't there a game theory at one point about the game Super Hot that was to do with agreeing to terms and conditions without thinking about them?
Think so, yeah.
So there's a possibility that he's doing something with that. The idea that they're just people just blindly following this, even if they get plenty of warnings, just to see how far they're willing to go for the sake of something that a celebrity has endorsed.
I am far too paranoid to do that.
Which is fine. But if that ends up being if that ends up being a film theory of some kind in the future,
I'm on the side of I do not care.
Yeah, well, I just don't want a virus, you know.
Look, I haven't even signed up for it because I don't want to. I already have enough emails being spammed to me by random companies. I don't need more.
Also fair.
The next thing is are there any crossovers in store for this year? Because recently the Meatly creators of Bendy was like, hey, if I did a crossover with something, what would you guys like to see? And it was really random, and it's like, what a weird thing to say.
Look, Matt said he has like 4 or 5 collaborations going on this year.
Yeah, that's what they did. They did a crossover with Matt Pat.
Well, I mean,
you go to the writing board group and you just see this guy with like a pointer, like slapping their stick against the whiteboard and going, "It's just a theory, guys, but."
Okay.
Look,
the best thing that came out of that game theory was Matt Pat meeting Scott and the Lord Keep ending. So.
Yeah. But no, because the Meatly then just like the other day was, hey, so I'm working on several Bendy projects, like the Bendy movie, the upcoming game this year, and stuff that I'm not gonna mention, haha, and I'm like, okay, don't tell me which ones. But if there are actually crossovers, can you see how many? What's happening this year, man? Like
this is why they mentioned the whole crossover thing. The whole poll. You said it was random, but you've just proven the fact that there is a reason that would be a question because people want.
I think the most of things they collaborate with.
Well, I asked about it only because I mentioned it previously.
Out of all of the main indie horror games,
Why do I keep forgetting to change the color of the background because it doesn't work with the characters? I keep forgetting.
I just realized I don't think people can hear me. Wait.
No, we can't. Everyone's talking at the same time, so we can only respond to one person.
All right. I was a bit confused. I don't know why I'm flying off my camera all over the place, but
I've been meaning to answer Aidan's question about Felix and Agatha before. In Frankenstein. In Frankenstein, they are not dating. They're still brother and sister. The difference is in the Frankenstein book, Agatha isn't blind. It's actually their father who is. In the play, for some reason they changed that, and that was the first version that I was exposed to. And so as a reference to that and the idea of somebody blind seeing the inner beauty in the first place, which, I thought, what a great idea for a previous childhood friend of Morwenna. And then when Shani and I were talking about, villain motivations for the second season, we then said, okay, yeah, we'll do it this way. And that will be Felix trying to save his sister. And that's where that came from.
Aidan, where did he go?
Oh, he wasn't even here for that? Okay, I'll have to repeat that later.
I think he went AFK.
Man.
Oh.
Timing.
Just looking back on one of the things I did for the scene, and it looks so stupid. You look through my webcam feed, this jump.
Oh, this is new.
Man, it's already 6. It doesn't look 6 outside.
It's 7:05 p.m. for me. Jesus.
Some places have started today, some of them haven't. That's the thing.
As long as the day hasn't ended yet, I'll be fine.
Okay, will this background color work? Can I delete this without destroying my character? Yes! Let's go. I'm smart.
Also, by the way, KW, yellow and blue, bold choice, bold choice. Unless my eyes deceive me, and that is orange. Orange?
I don't know.
KW.
Orangutan.
I have Zach in an orange hoodie.
Oh, you said something else. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Asking me for common advice is probably the worst decision you could ever make. Just to tell you in advance.
Well, I was asking about the eyebrows, to be honest, not like the outfit. But yeah, good point.
I know, but even then.
But good point.
It is the worst mistake.
So I've been procrastinating for the past like 2 days, nonstop on working on this scene, but at the same time working on it, because at this point this has been like overdue for the past few months, and I just need to get done this thing.
Oh, I think I need.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's kind of how I felt like after returning from Madrid. It was like, okay, this is definitely the time I'm gonna have to hunker down about this. And not only that, but also the other editors too had other things that were going on.
Yeah.
Most people hadn't done most things. It's like
I'm trying to hunker down, but it seems like Monster Compendium as a project is privy to a horrible curse.
It seems.
Why is Springtrap in the walls?
It's not Springtrap, it's Plustrap. And don't ask why it's in the walls. I'm fixing that.
It's like the I'm inside your wall.
KW was like, yes, well, technically, with that particular design, it's actually minus trap. The version, the one that has like one little like gash from a dent that one of the security guards made at some point.
With the FNAF lore, it's like the FNAF lore is so bad and how like confusing it is. Like, I love it so much. I personally cannot tolerate the FNAF more FNAF lore much anymore. When it's never gonna end. Confusion.
The lore is literally one of the only reasons I stick around still.
No, I did something. No. Okay.
The games have just like, for me, have just like been like, what happened anymore?
Yeah, but that's like the fun of it, though, you know.
For some people, I think I mentioned this in a previous stream about how you kind of have to strike a balance with that kind of thing.
I actually made a bunch of videos and made a bunch of comments about that, especially me getting comparisons to the Sonic and Finance of Fridays.
Mm-hmm. Hey kids, Sonic here. Do you have an excessive franchise? Well, we're here to talk to you today about lore. We all love telling stories, but
did someone say lore?
Out of hand.
No, he came back.
Yeah, I've been summoned by the word lore. Apparently,
yeah,
I just love lore too much.
I gave you the lore of Frankenstein, and you weren't here to answer your own question.
Listen, I have the poops. Okay.
Listen,
that's something we need to know.
Yeah.
So
do you want to know about my pooping habits?
I don't. So
yeah,
as I'm going through this episode, I think I've just decided on a random motif that I might want to continue on for the rest of the series, starting in this episode. Because,
did someone say motif?
Yes.
Yes.
So
random words now.
Did someone say random
exactly
words?
we were gonna reference, and I hate it.
So I have a lot of music in a lot of my stuff, but this one I've just not for any reason in particular, just haven't had much music in this one. But I kind of like the idea of like every time you're in like the nature and stuff, just having it be non-musical. I feel like that's gonna really get like the tranquil vibe going. and that can add to like kind of a haunting feel later on whenever we're talking about like the deities, right? Because deities at their own at the end of the day kind of like symbolize the universe at its most raw state. So it's like, what if we just cut all the music? Except for, well, I say that unless they have like their own hymns or something, right? I might play those.
I think it would be cool if like the deities had like their own musical theme.
Yeah, exactly.
To it, like their own like whenever they come in. I mean, personally, I think when making stuff, it's cool to have certain musical motifs. I haven't had much time to play around with musical motifs in Fallen Angel, and I don't really know what music to do and not to do, and I'm still trying to figure that out because I'm not the best at scoring and stuff. But I do like the idea of musical motifs and stuff that I want to implement more in Fallen Angel stuff.
So far,
this scene in the original Mutant Girl was actually the first time I ever introduced the pop leitmotif.
I mean, well, we did remakes now, so the pop leitmotif has been the remake.
Oh yeah, it's been there since the beginning now, but like officially, this was the first time that it was ever implemented.
Yeah, it was always there. What do you mean?
Yeah. The originals don't exist. Only the remakes exist. Whoa!
No, I pretty much every noise in Rip in the Dark, except for some of the actual narration, is all like representative of something.
I mean, I would imagine that the noise of a full tavern, for example, is representative of the fact that the tavern is full. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you don't have the visuals in the case of a TTRPG, you know, you kind of got to find other ways to convey stuff like, you know, being in the woods or being in a tavern. You have to find your own ways to convey it.
I didn't know I could make this look.
Well, it's the same way that radio plays have been doing for like 100 years.
Just gotta have sound effects and
ambiance. Why do I get Max?
Ambiance. I want to include more ambiance in Fallen Angel. I don't.
Man, that's what a fox sounds like.
That's one of the original.
Oh, yeah, no, fox sound weird. That's why they made What the Fox Says, because
Foxes
you know it sounds weird.
like a mixture between a bunch of different things.
Yeah, it's
like,
strange.
What
and the words of Laura and Z's side, they go. That's not even a joke. She did that.
They kind of sound like a bird, like a raven or something, mixed with a bark.
What does the fox say?
I unironically hate that song so much.
Listen,
because of like how much
stupid,
like,
but I love it.
Like I don't know who, like it just like out like old at this point. It's like
Well, it is old. It's like over 10 years old.
Yeah, it's 11
every
years
time
old.
I hear it, I feel like I'm
very
gonna
old.
die of
Like,
old age. I'm
as-
just like, why do I feel so old?
Look, that's just me with internet culture. Like, whenever I like look at internet culture, it's like, oh yeah, that was from 2016. It's like, wait, what? No, it wasn't from 2016. It was from like 2 years ago. No,
I
2016.
remember.
Oh my god.
I know.
This is why my counter obsessed as brain is kind of a blessing, because that doesn't phase me. I've desensitized myself to that idea, and also because I myself have been making YouTube videos for like 11 years, so I kind of have to be like, oh yeah, wow. I mean, yeah, the stuff that I've done is pretty old at this point as well. I mean, here I am working on the 5th anniversary of a Gacha series, which has never happened before while still airing. I think I caught Maya off guard with that. During the last episode of 5 Years Later, I mentioned that the next time that we would be there would be after the Mutant Girl anniversary. So every other My Street episode still left to cover is younger than the Mutant Girl, and that broke her. Yeah, some of my old My Street Season 6 reviews feature me advertising the first 2 episodes of the Mutant Girl.
Oh god. Oh man, so old.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I swear.
I forgot about this. I didn't even realize I responded in this tone. So, in this,
Maya's here. Maya 2.0 specifically.
Oh, right. Okay, I was gonna say yes. I was talking about the other Maya, but yeah.
In this
Maya
episode,
2.0 here.
In this episode, I referenced the like existence of like white foxes, because those are like pretty common in Norway. And
yeah,
and Shorty didn't know that, and Shorty goes, "White foxes?" is that normal in Norway? And I go,
yes.
White foxes are
no,
normal.
Sorry, they go white foxes, and I go, yes.
Have you started
is
doing
that
the lipstick
normal
stuff
in
yet,
Norway? And I
Jacob?
go, yes.
Jacob, how is the Munich going over there with your?
Might want to focus back on that.
Yeah, sure. I'll focus back on that. Where am I? There I am.
There you are.
Yeah, still working on the last bit of Kylie's hair on the bench. This is the last masking I'm doing, and then I'm going to move on to the lip syncing, the thing that's actually in the title of this stream.
It took like an hour.
Yeah,
pretty much. And we haven't talked about the Hogwarts Houses yet because we mentioned that on Ghostie stream.
Oh yeah. So okay, so
I put it in the title, the thumbnail.
In the thumbnail, you put Slytherin ? Pointing at Kylie and Terry. You know what they actually are? They're Hufflepuff. They're all about loyalty.
Yeah.
You know?
Kylie
isn't very smart, so she's definitely not Ravenclaw. She doesn't value intelligence, so
yeah,
definitely not Ravenclaw.
Anyone in Pop Just Feeds Gang
neither of
values
them are very
intelligence.
brave, I would say, because they haven't really did anything super brave.
Anyone who hangs out with Pop does not value their intelligence.
Dude, Shorty didn't even. I forgot about this because Shorty goes after. Shorty goes.
Maybe just can't hear like half of what's going on the stream.
No, I can hear you guys. It's just that whenever you guys go silent for a second, I talk.
Oh.
I mean, that was a literal second. I mean, we only just scratched the surface of Pop's gang.
So okay, so other aspects to take into account is like Terry isn't also brave. So Terry and Terry and Kylie definitely do not fall under the classification of Gryffindor. And although Terry is smarter than Kylie, he doesn't really value intelligence. Intelligence isn't really his thing per se.
Yeah.
The only time we've seen him somewhat involved in something intelligent was the school play, but that's more like theater, which could
There's
be
also the
argued.
presentation with the whole Sisyphus thing, but
like he's not really his main focus. He never really seems to care about that kind of stuff. He just kind of does his own thing.
He does it mainly because he's forced to.
Yeah, the presentation he was literally forced to, yeah.
But yeah, so and I say and definitely Slytherin because like they're also like keep in mind Kylie and Terry don't like they're both technically evil, and if this was written by J.K. Rowling, then they would be both Slytherin regardless, even though they don't value.
This is kind of like Malfoy, Crabbe, and Goyle, to be honest. The three people on screen right now.
Yeah, even though if it was written by J.K. Rowling, then that they would technically be under Slytherin, but they don't value anything that Slytherin is supposed to value, so they would probably fall under Hufflepuff because their whole thing is loyalty to Pop, and they look up to Pop a lot, and they really care about Pop.
Yeah, they're not that cunning because they don't come up with plans themselves. You could maybe say ambition, but only because they're sticking to Pop.
We haven't really seen anything ambitious with them with Pop. Like we don't really get any form of ambition from them. Like, what if they wanted? Like, they've only wanted to be around Pop and wanted to help Pop. It's never really been, we're ambitious because we got our own goals in mind. No,
they don't got their own goal. They absorb their idea is to absorb popularity from Pop herself, like by proxy.
But even then, they stay with Pop even after she's unpopular. So definitely Hufflepuff for both of that. Definitely for Hufflepuff for them because their whole thing is like
either that was brainwashing, but that's a topic for another day.
Brainwashing.
Yay! But yeah, no. So definitely, I would say Hufflepuff for them. Pop, I would actually say Slytherin, not just because J.K. Rowling, all evil characters must be in Slytherin, but like Pop's whole thing is being ambitious. She's very ambitious. She's very cunning. She tries to come up with plans. So she's definitely Slytherin. She actually embodies Slytherin. It's not just because she's evil, therefore Slytherin.
Exactly. As if I would be able to be so unsubtle.
No. So, limit the element girl cast. So, Morwenna. What do you think Morwenna would be? Main character.
Gryffindor.
but
I'd say
Gryffindor
Gryffindor
like,
or Ravenclaw.
Yeah, I was thinking Ravenclaw for her because like she really likes intelligence and stuff. Like
she's very academic.
I don't know what I'm
I
doing
mean,
with the
she's not
doorbell.
she's not as smart as Julius, but she's still very smart, and especially what she's into being stuff like Greek mythology. She knows a lot about that because I imagine she gets very good grades. We never heard her doing bad at school. The only character we heard who did bad at school was Reina.
Yeah.
So Reina's definitely not Ravenclaw, by the way. Definitely not Ravenclaw.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Apparently Maya has a crush on Marwick.
What?
Maya
Oh,
2.0.
you are the first person I've ever heard say that.
I mean, okay, to be fair, Marwick is kind of a cute, soft boy kind of character. If you're into that kind of character, I can totally see you being into Marwick.
That is fair.
Like,
I'm not saying it's unfathomable. I'm just saying I've never heard someone say that before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most of us have taste in people that aren't very great. Most of us
that
don't.
might be why, but also, I mean, Judas and Empress have been the main two. Empress, you can argue bad decisions for some reasons, but Julius, okay.
Also, Aidan, I feel very called out. How could you?
Listen, it's okay. I'm in that camp too. What? Do you think I have good taste in people? I don't.
No.
Listen, I find problematic stuff attractive sometimes. Like, oh, you're
also I think Lucinda is a splendid choice, Ghostie.
Oh no, not
depends
Lucinda.
On what season of Lucinda.
Yeah.
Like if you're talking
Depends
season
on
one,
what
Lucinda. Season 1, Lucinda.
Actually,
she's
yeah.
problematic.
Yeah. Okay, yeah,
like,
that's true.
Like she literally flirts with Travis just to make Caitlyn jealous.
I was, and then also the literal first thing that she does is come in and be like, "Hey, I got a love potion. Who's interested?" Okay, season 1 Lucinda, no, but rest
highly problematic.
I also thought that Aidan was calling out the other love interest I will not name.
Oh no! I'm just calling out the concept of being in love with problematic characters and ideas that a lot of us fall into that camp. Unfortunately,
I think villains are hot.
Villains can be pretty hot in general. It's just realistically you wouldn't want to date them or be with them in a romantically because they would do what Kovir did to you.
Kovir tried to do to her fiance and blow you up.
Yeah, I mean, people say they want to be destroyed by their love interest, and then when it actually happens, they're like, "Oh wait, never mind."
I would actually really like that.
I mean, well, okay. To be fair, when you crave death, sometimes when you really crave death, it's like, dang, destroy me.
For your mental health, please.
God.
Listen, okay. Sometimes you feel in a certain way, and feel like sad, very sad. Wanna cry?
No, I would go to a whole rant about
blow me up.
I'm not going to right now.
Wait, how do you feel about Kovira, Ghostie? Is she hot?
I do like her fighting style. Her fighting style is really cool, like with the metal, like go.
Look, okay,
her fighting style is cool with the metal on her uniform and like throwing out the metal bands and stuff.
Well, I just got my new teaser image.
Oh.
This is cursed.
Yeah. But like, yeah, when it comes to like oof. But yes. So, okay, so Morwenna, I would either say Ravenclaw. I don't know. I would say Ravenclaw, or at least early season 1. Morwenna, I would say more Ravenclaw. I guess modern day Morwenna, you could kind of see more Gryffindor trope.
Yeah, I guess overall. I guess overall Gryffindor, because the kind of the point of the sorting is to who you're going to grow into rather than
because like when she began,
she was very shy and she wasn't even that brave. Honestly, she just kind of
she develops bravery as the season continues, mostly because of Pop.
Yeah, because Pop is the worst.
Yeah. So, but in general, I guess the Gryffindor for her in general. But see, early season 1, I would put more in the camp of Ravenclaw personally.
Yep, that is fair.
So
she's like Hermione, basically.
Yeah,
that's
but Julius, on the other hand, he's easy. Gryffindor, not Gryffindor. Ravenclaw, 100%. Ravenclaw.
I mean, there's some arguments. There's some arguments for a
Hufflepuff.
Gryffindor as well.
No,
actually,
I can see some arguments for Hufflepuff too.
As someone who's
like with season 2, him taken into account, like he's all about
material
loyalty and
lines
stuff like that in that regard. So I could see that be taken into account too.
Yeah, although I also think he possesses a certain amount of chivalry as well. I just hear someone whisper chivalry.
No.
I just said.
Yes, you did. You actually genuinely did.
I didn't.
Well, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay. But also another aspect. But like, what about Reyna? Is Reyna? Raven, I would actually not.
I'd actually say Slytherin.
Maybe.
Slytherin for Reyna, probably because I mean, again, friend group loyalty, and also one of the major things is that Reyna wants to actually make more friends. But also Slytherin does have the fraternity aspect, and there's actually a line from the Sorting Hat. One of the songs the Sorting Hat has is something about the Bachelor be Slytherin, you'll make your loyal friends or something like that. That was like the very first description. Then something about telling ambitions to the ever greater ends or something like that. I forgot what the rhyme was, but mentioning friends very specifically there, and in the quest for popularity, which is already fueled by ambition. Yep, I would probably put her in that camp for that reason. This mouth looks.
I'm gonna render this image.
So are we gonna say Julius is also Gryffindor? I don't know, because like I'm honestly thinking about it. I could also very much see Hufflepuff. It's like he's very loyal. He's very loyal.
He's like the Cedric kind of Hufflepuff, so I guess that works. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Plus, we don't fall into the trope of almost everyone's in Gryffindor. Who's relevant?
Yeah, they've kind of got one of each if we do it this way.
Yeah, because like that's what. Yeah. Okay.
But
what about Marwick though?
What about Marwick?
Gryffindor for him because, as Dumbledore once said, it takes great courage to stand up to your enemies, but a great deal more to stand up to your friends.
There we go. I've made the image of all time.
I mean, yeah. I was also thinking with some season 3 stuff taken into account that we haven't got to yet, that he also could be a interesting addition for Slytherin because ambition for some stuff in season 3.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Which we obviously haven't got to it, so no spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah. I guess it takes a certain amount of daring to pursue the avenues that he does when he does, so for that reason, yeah. Does this mouth look big to anyone?
A little bit big.
Yeah.
Shrink it a little bit. This is the problem with adding the moving mouse on a post that I was worried about when it comes to the Munich girl doing it all.
Yeah, I know. Fortunately, I figured out the best way to just press up and down so I can resize by very minuscule amounts, so I can just hold it down and keep it shrinking.
Well,
and do the same with the position.
I feel like I barely know anything. Moment. I'm just reading the chat. Pop. How I missed Pop, says Maya. Bro, this is literally me. I think that's referencing the loving problematic people. Oh no, Maya's gonna make a love potion for Marwick.
Oh no.
No!
Oh, be sure to bake it into a sweet.
And speaking of problematic people.
I like my problematic faves.
Your problematic faves, fam. Okay, so another. So other characters to addition to Empress. What is Empress? This is a very important question.
I'd hate to say this, Slytherin.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't really say she's cunning in any way. Like she's not really that.
Yeah, no, she's by no means a strategist. She doesn't have too much ambition because she already kind of has everything that she would want.
Yeah.
Maya, if
so like I wouldn't really say
you
Slytherin
do have
for
Amila. right here at the far right. Had to remember what my rights and lefts were for a second there.
Okay, what else? What else? Okay, so I definitely not. I wouldn't say Ravenclaw either, but like she doesn't really value intelligence and learning. It's not really her whole cup of tea.
Yeah.
One of the characters are up in the named Amilla Maya. That's what BB's referencing.
I'm almost done with this 30-second scene. I've been working nonstop on it for the past 2 days.
I don't know. So, but like other stuff taken into account, what else could be a house? I wouldn't say Ravenclaw. Maybe Gryffindor for Empress. I mean, like she's brave. Like she like tries to stand up for her friends. Maybe. Like she's confident. You know, she's kind of very outspoken. She'll like say stuff. So I would say Gryffindor. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I can't really say much.
Yeah.
I will say this again. I've not watched any of the Harry Potter films still.
Well, we're just talking about the houses here. I barely know anything about the in-depth Harry Potter stuff. I know a certain.
That's what I'm here for.
But yeah, I'm just talking about general houses.
Yeah, this is like...
Maya, would you like to join the stream?
Like, oh god.
Oh, I can send Maya an invite. Yeah.
You want to join the stream, Maya?
I was about to say, us talking Hogwarts Houses around William is like me trying to explain class specting to Jacob.
I don't remember ever hearing that word in my life, so...
Remember when I was talking about finding a class and an aspect for the cast of Fallen Angels?
Yeah.
Basically, Jacob asked what that nonsense was about. So I was like, yeah, it's a thing for a webcomic I'm into. Speaking of problematic. So I went into Jacob's DMs and tried to give him the lowdown, but he didn't understand. And in fact came out of the affair a whole lot more confused.
Hey, that sounds like BB when she's trying to explain stuff.
Pretty much.
I think BB's an explanation for a while.
BB, honey, are you in a coma?
No.
Are people being loud in your house?
I'm sorry, are people doing what?
Are people being loud at your house?
Loud.
I don't think so.
Did Maya say she wanted to join? I can't see.
Maya said, send me an invite.
Okay.
There'll be 7 people on the stream.
Well, I mean, you know,
Well,
it's not like watching a
reviews, so the
video.
rules don't apply.
We're just kind of chilling.
Yeah.
We're just kind of chilling.
Yeah. No rules
If we were
exist
watching
here.
a video, it would take like a day to get through with 7 people.
Watch a 1-minute video.
We're gonna bend the
rules
rules before you call.
I'm
Hey,
getting
Palpatine, how are
somewhere
you
with
doing?
the trailer. Let's go, me.
Hey, Palpatine. Palpatine, you
Oh,
wanna-
that's right. Yeah, you've been. Sorry. Oh, yeah. You sent me lyrics for, because I think like I could talk to you through some lyrics and such, and then I forgot completely.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know why I made William Afton hold a wrench here, but okay.
Is that a wrench from like Bendy and the Ink Machine?
No, I think it's like it's just a model from a
The
popular.
crossover has come true.
Yeah, I was about to say the crossover of the century.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the
I swear,
crossover
man,
that
the
BB is
world
teasing.
would change if Bindi and FNAF had a crossover.
Yeah.
I don't know if they should continue any or just get it all done. Like, at least get most of it done.
I mean, I would just try to get as much done as possible in one setting before burnout takes effect.
Let's see.
I disagree. I think having burnout be your marker to stop is gonna have bad effects in the long run.
Look,
yeah.
I've been just trying to get this done. Burnout has hit long ago.
when you can't get stuff
getting
done,
it done
sometimes you
because
gotta
it's supposed to be done
aspect of
way too
burnout,
soon.
which is just me with Fallen Angel or any video I make, or even stuff I make for Mutant Girl. Like, it took me a while to actually fight the burnout to actually work on the Mutant Girl scenes, and I got some done.
I mean, I
so fast. Where's for you to be dealing with burnout?
Burnout's not fun. Burnout makes me sad.
I have
Oh,
completed 1 minute and 4 seconds of the trailer, and out of 2 minutes and 12 seconds of the trailer.
I think the video I think I'm working on is like 3 minutes almost, like 2 minutes 30 seconds. I've gotten like almost a minute and a half of it done within like combined amount, probably like 4 to 5 days.
Yeah, one of Aidan's favorite questions to ask me is, you know, how much of the episode has been completed? You know, how many minutes have we got so far?
If I could get this trailer,
You don't know because it's just like so much.
What am I supposed to say here?
That's also a
I'm
question
tasting
I'm
leftover
getting from
pizza
Aidan a
now.
lot more recently.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Wait, which question is it? Which question are we referencing?
like, if I get the
How
trailer
many minutes of something have been completed?
Oh,
done,
I don't know. I just listen. I just try to ask questions. I like info. My whole
I
thing
mean,
is
asking
like,
questions is fine. It's just not really a very good metric to go by.
I guess fair enough.
like, if I could get this trailer at least done for this month and uploaded sometime maybe towards the end of the month for the next month, I can literally start working on the actual series. Like, maybe working on more than one episode each. And
Yeah. By the way, slight detour here. If people see this angle, what I put here says ANG351 at the end of this file name. I'm hovering over. Yeah. That's because the angle is 351 degrees, which means that if I rotate this mouth and I just put 351 here, it should do that, and it should be adjusted for the head position of the character. That's one of the advantages of Gacha Life 2. So in case anyone wants to do lip syncing for Gacha Life 2, that's one way to do it.
alright, do you want to look at the lyrics, Jacob?
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
I think I sent it in the group chat, but if you want me to send you personally.
It doesn't matter, I just have to navigate this so I don't show Discord, because I forgot to put stream mode back on.
Oh man, that thing has been off since we played that game, huh?
It's been off since yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I need to make the fridge disappear so I can make a dude open the door. Wait a second, no. Not exactly.
Oh, I should put in.
I am searching for somewhere I belong in a world you've been tearing apart.
What song is that from again?
It's gonna be the Kalani season 2 theme. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but
I found
sounded like. Okay, I swear to goodness, to me that just sounded like a Christmas song, and I don't know why. I don't remember which one.
Jingle bells, the world's have fallen apart. Da 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 da. Da, da, da.
I hate how that like sounded way too similar in my brain.
I forgot.
I have to fix so many UVs. Apparently, UVs are the worst in any software
Did
ever.
someone say burned by UV rays?
What?
I think that's.
That makes no sense. Like, what?
Did somebody say gablin gablin blah?
That is exactly what I just said. Basically, just like what the English words I can't say during this particular stream does that even mean?
What the French seal?
What the French seal?
That's the best I can interpret it as, because yeah.
If people know what the French word for seal is, that will make sense to them.
Yes, I know exactly.
Did you send my invite, by the way? Oh.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awkward because I barely know anything. Guys, I'm a little scared. Don't be scared, Maya. Be brave. be a brave little toaster.
Oh yeah, we don't have to
pointless
talk about
reference.
Harry
That was
Potter.
very
That
shoved
was
in.
just the topic. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can mention
That was
anything.
just a topic
can-
we could talk about. We're just kind of talking about whatever while editing.
Yeah,
Because,
we can start Oh Ashley again. That's fine. We,
No!
No!
Yeah, right this second I'm gonna take a small break so that way I can build up that stamina again because now I've just entered the next scene of the episode.
Okay. Well, here we go. So I'll take a to look at these lyrics.
Speak pain.
I can fix what you've broken someday.
Hey, KW.
I don't
Yes!
know how, but I'll find
No,
a
man, this
way.
no. Okay, this is the wrong vibe. This is the wrong vibe. No, you need to get this like.
I'm not the enemy.
No, you need to make this feel like it
made me
belongs in
out
like
to
the
be.
80s or 90s.
I won't forget the way you turned your back on me. I am searching for somewhere I belong. In a world you've been tearing apart. Cause I'd rather go. Wait, cause you'd rather go and destroy it all. And admit you were flawed from the start. I have to believe I can fix what you broken someday. I don't know how, but I'll find a way.
No, you gotta make this
Immediately-
feel like
The first thing I think of when I'm hearing that being sung is FNAF musical by
No, you gotta
Random
make
House.
this feel like I don't know, rock or something.
Look, I'm sorry. The first thing I heard in my mind is one of the songs from FNAF the musical, and I will never forgive that at all.
Was that Matt Pat in FNAF the musical?
Yeah.
Yes.
He was the main villain. What do you mean?
Like a FNAF musical.
I think it was made by what, the
Random
Stupendium?
encounters.
Oh.
Yeah, Matt Pat. Man, you guys are crossing all kinds of wires. Stupendium made a Matt Pat song. Matt Pat starred in the FNAF musical, which was written by Random Encounters. And Matt Pat wasn't just in it; he was the main antagonist.
And he's
Listen,
Now you know how I
This is the
feel
newer
all the time on
installment.
streams trying to make sense of the random garbage you all give me.
You guys are mixing like 3 different things, man.
Listen, I don't know what I'm doing.
Half of the arguments that happen on Gacha Review boil
like-
down to two people trying to defend positions that are more often than not the exact same, but not understanding each other because they are very inarticulate.
Articulation
here.
hard.
I'm sorry. I'm very
God,
articulated.
Oh, hello, Maya. Or Mia. Wherever I want to call you.
Maya,
That's Maya.
Hi there,
Yeah,
Golden
right.
Retriever.
Oh my god, please, because I was actually feeling extra lonely.
I don't.
well.
Who are you?
Well, here are your head pats. Pat.
But my 2.0 is the is the creator of the Gacha Piggy videos that
Yeah.
I was a
Oh.
part of.
Wait, soldier.
And
Oh
also-
my god, don't bring me back to that!
Yeah,
The conversation works.
just
That's
soldier.
literally how we
I
met.
remember now exactly what you're talking about.
That is like our point of connection. So
Also, Jacob, it's
I
time.
have to reference it, because otherwise, what is the connection here?
Okay, I'm literally being bullied.
Oh no,
Jacob,
don't
what do you
worry.
think of the lyrics?
No. Bullying. Oh, Ashley.
We should give them a swirly.
I need to grab something.
How many people? Wait, 2, 4, 6. Okay.
Yeah, KW, you're not alone.
I'm
Maya also
grabbing a clip right
gets
now. I'm
flustered
grabbing
by
something.
certain voices.
Also,
Get back to if you guys want, but like, so I don't really know like what we're doing. So like, while you guys are like talking, I'm gonna listen and pitch in, but I'm also gonna be doing my makeup. So yeah.
Everyone is doing random
Wait,
things at the
what's
moment,
the next
so
lyric?
that kind of
I
fits.
can fix it.
It kind
I
of tracks.
do
I don't
believe
care about your virus
I can
sites.
fix
I'm
what
just trying to
you
download an
broken
MP3 file.
someday.
Kind of confident
I
about like.
don't care about your
my
virus site.
Savannah.
Man, maybe you
I
should
don't-
get a different site.
I don't care.
There is no safe site. I'm sorry.
I don't care about your virus.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm bored.
so
2.
so from what I can see here, it kind of sounds like this is a first verse chorus, and that's that, right? Is that it's a first person chorus from what I heard before?
Yeah, so the
I won't forget the ways in the back of me. I am searching for someone.
Are you trying to make like a
We'll
weird
start
like
with
rap?
one day. I don't know
I don't
why.
know how.
Doesn't even matter how hard you try.
Alright, try. Anyways, so I put in saying this is the lyrics I have left for the trailer. So this is the one that says before the but I cannot talk today.
Apparently not.
Well, see, because depending on how you deliver it, you can make this like the Y's end up being an AY sound and it would work.
Which
So
okay, which
day
okay,
way a may,
Trying to make sure this works.
and that's where that string ends.
Okay,
That's like,
I was just
okay, but those are already there. What exactly is being changed right now in that? You said
The
change
delivery.
the Y's to an AY sound.
I'm not saying this. What?
What?
I have no idea. Anyways, back to my question, KW. This is this first verse and chorus.
Yeah, so the I can fix my fingers something I don't have, but I'll find a way. That's like the last part of the first like chorus line, and then it has like instrument music for like at least like 5 seconds, and then it goes to like the last verse, and then goes back to the chorus. If that makes sense.
Okay, yes, it does. So you're currently looking for something to begin this off with.
Yeah, because I already did like all the other stuff for like the other lyrics, so this is like what I have left.
Okay.
I've done this stupid thing.
Wait,
You
hold
got
on.
this, William.
Wait, hold on. You said you've done the other bits, but this is what you have left. But you've written this.
Yeah.
This is the part you've written out, and not the rest of it. That's what you got sent. So would it be the other way around? That this is what you've done. The rest of it is stuff you have left.
So the thing that I sent you, this is what I have left.
But then you're finished. If you sent this, if this is like already structured, right?
No. What you're putting up right now is what I have left. If that makes sense.
It really does. You say okay. So when I'm writing songs and I say that I have something left, it means I haven't done it yet.
Song. This is not a song I'm writing. This is the actual song.
Oh, so guys.
Wait, okay, so this is an actual... Okay, so this is an existing song, and...
Yes.
Okay, you making a parody. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, it's for a teaser.
It doesn't matter what it's for. It doesn't matter what the song is for. What do you...
This is... I'm making a trailer, and I'm trying to match up with the lyrics. If that...
Well, I mean, okay, we would have to see the trailer first, then.
Okay, so you're saying, okay, so these are the lyrics that you have. Okay, fine. So you're just making the trailer now. So you don't actually need help with the lyrics after all, because you've already done that part. You're doing the visuals for it.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the visual for it. These are the lyrics.
Oh well, then I don't need to put this on the screen. Then you don't need my help. What am I even doing here?
Also, KW, you do realize Jacob doesn't know anything about season 2, so I don't know if he could help you with the visuals because he hasn't read through the season 2 script. He doesn't know what happens in season 2. Only me and Junior know what happens in season 2.
Because we actually read the script.
I'm going back to working on this. This makes
No.
I feel so bad. I didn't mean to make
This is my entire response to everything that just happened. No.
Like,
No.
William, thank you. I keep trying to make sense out of what's happening. I'm looking at the song lyrics and I'm like, yes, this is a song you're writing? Absolutely not. Then what is it? Is this a song you're writing? No, it's not.
It's just an abomination.
It's not an abomination. It's a good song. How dare you, William?
Guys, I'm actually so confused on what we're actually like talking about. I'm so confused because
Same goes here. Same goes here.
No one knows anymore.
We lost sight of everything we were doing. This stream was about lip syncing and Hogwarts.
Was it?
The title and thumbnail implies that. Again, I said we can talk about anything, but that was just what I knew was going to be brought up, so I had to put something in the marketing.
You know what? I'm gonna say you know what? Since Aidan had helped me wrote Clemai season 2, I feel like he would help me figure out what characters would fit in what Hogwarts house. I feel like.
Oh, so you want to let's see like what Clemai characters.
Yeah.
How about that? Okay.
I didn't realize this was so cursed. This whatever.
Let's pick Anna first. Any thoughts on Anna?
I don't know. Because like the thing with Kalani characters is, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it was season 1 taken into account. I have seen enough of them to actually sort any of them to Hogwarts houses. Because honestly,
but you helped me roll season 2, so that means
okay. But season 2 spoilers. Okay, like
I'm gonna turn into a screaming
You
little
don't have-
gremlin in a moment.
How
from
would
all
you
this.
say, oh yeah, this character might fit in this Hogwarts house?
When you
a
don't even know the source
spoiler.
material.
okay, so
Unless you mention the specific reasoning and examples,
Yeah.
then you
so
can get just
with
Okay.
season 2 into account, what?
Oh my!
I definitely think Pierce would fall actually into Hufflepuff. He's
I
loyal.
was thinking the same thing.
He is
actually.
loyal as heck. Like he may be brave, but he's more loyal than anything. Like that's the most thing.
That's like his
Fact-
big thing. I will never abandon you. It is my knightly duty.
I mean, he is an undead knight, so like.
Also, with season 2 taken into account, I could also see Duncan being in the category of loyal because like some stuff with him in season 2 definitely falls in the loyal camp.
Yeah. All right.
Like
Fiona.
Fiona.
I was gonna say either Gryffindor or Slytherin.
But the thing was, would you say she has enough ambition for her to be counted in Slytherin?
Or is she
What
cunning enough? Or
Or
you know.
Real
cunning?
question, because
Because like
those
I
are
don't
already
like with
obvious
season 2 in
answers.
account. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think she's cunning enough to actually work out as.
What
a
do you mean?
Slytherin.
It's Fiona. The real question here is what we think about Shrek's position on the Hogwarts.
I knew you were gonna make a Shrek joke.
They're re-releasing Shrek 2 this year in theaters.
Wait, are they?
Yes.
Okay.
I think they're
Alright.
doing the same thing with Star Wars.
They're
too.
probably just doing well. Okay, I think I don't know
What-
about Star
hold on,
Wars.
Isn't it the 20th anniversary of Shrek 2? I think that might be
Yes.
Well, I think
Yeah,
they might
so-
also
I
be
need to
doing it to
hear
like cover
out.
up for Kung Fu Panda's flop.
And also Ruby Gilman. from the
Did
year
Kung Fu
before.
Panda flop? Because like I worked
Oh
at
yeah,
a movie
Kung Fu
theater.
Panda 4 is
I
really
heard-
doing badly.
I don't know. Kung Fu Panda 4. I worked in the theater and we have been getting like 30 people per show. We can keep in mind our theater is kind of run down and we barely get people in general. So for us to get 30 people per showing, or like even like 17 or 18 people, at least somewhat shows that it has to be semi-popular.
Yeah, it's popular
I heard
because people
mixed
don't like it from
reviews
what I
on
can
it.
tell. If anyone's even seeing it all, the like opening week box office records plummeted because there was like no marketing.
Yeah, they pulled a second Ruby Gilman in a row. Like, actually, technically 3 if you count Megamind 2, which is an abomination.
Oh,
yeah,
can
that's
we
right.
not?
This is totally
That-
a Megamind
Can
2.
we
that
not?
movie has
What do
showed
you
up
mean?
all over my YouTube
Megamind
feed.
2 is peak cinema, okay? Like, it may not be in
It's-
theaters, but it's peak. It's the best. It's
Glad to
better
know
than
the
the
same-
first
doing the
Megamind.
same
It's
club
so
cinema.
amazing.
It's not in cinema.
It's the best movie ever. Like,
No.
I mean, like,
No.
everyone like talks about all these like legendary movies. No, Megamind 2, legendary movie. Better than every movie
I really-
ever
Well,
in all
not in
existence.
Thing.
All
I-
existence.
As much as I hate
Best
Cars
movie
2, I'd
ever.
rather watch it than watch Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate.
I agree with William. I agree
Best
with William.
movie ever. Plus, it also helps because there's literally a girl who knows social media in it. That makes it
Oh!
better.
So true.
She's so hip with the kids. So,
And don't forget, she's Gen Z too.
yeah.
Oh,
We
Make it
like
stop!
that
Make
Gen
it
Z
stop, please!
representation,
Make it stop!
guys.
Actually,
I'm
was she
Gen
Gen
Z.
Z? I think she might have been Gen Alpha at this point.
She may be
right?
Gen Alpha at this point. I mean, Gen Z is getting pretty old.
I'm sorry,
No,
but
it would be
Will
Gen Z
Miller
because
isn't Megamind.
chronologically
It's a
speaking,
red
this
flag.
took place only a couple days after. So this would still be Gen Z.
Please save us, please.
No. Megamind 2 is
peak. You know what? We should do a live stream watching Megamind 2. Oh my god.
We should.
Yeah, like we need to watch it in all its amazing glory.
We can probably pull that off on Twitch.
Copyright and 3 copyright.
Look, if Will Ferrell was in Megamind 2 and in the Megamind series...
Actually, William, we could probably do that on Twitch.
Yeah, I was gonna say Twitch could probably work.
Like, honestly, just Megamind 2 existing makes me want to subscribe to Apple TV, okay? Just to watch it over and over again.
Peacocking. Do you not know your
I'm sorry, what is going
I
on?
mean, what do you mean? Okay, I totally meant Peacock. I just misspoke.
Because I love Megamind so much, I just can't help but misspeak while talking about Megamind because I'm so excited about Megamind 2. Oh my god,
sorry, but
best movie series ever. Like, the sequel's 10 times better than the original, honestly.
No, it's not! I'm sorry!
The sequel just shows how great it is.
Can you boot this wanker out of here, please?
It's so amazing.
No, Will Ferrell is Megamind, no matter what. I'm sorry, but the guy who's trying to do the Will Ferrell's
Ferguson does not do Megamind at all.
for the second movie suck. I'm sorry. It's not my Megamind. Megamind number 1 is top.
Hashtag not my Megamind.
So what if Tina Fey isn't in the movie voicing Roxanne? It doesn't matter. Who cares?
Here's the best comparison ever to anything relating to Megamind 2. It feels like it came straight out of the direct-to-DVD area of
Megamind 2, like Avatar, the first live-action movie of Avatar comes close to Megamind 2, but honestly, Megamind 2 is
first live-action movie. There is only one live-action movie.
I mean, honestly, I kind of wish Shyamalan actually directed Megamind 2, because that would be even better.
No!
Like, we could have, like, instead of Megamind, it would be Mugenmind, because, you know, like, Oz.
Mugenmind!
Boot slacker out of
That's what I'm gonna call Megamind 2 from now on. Mugenmind.
Mugenmind.
Directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
Are you the Avatar Mugenmind?
It's great. So it's funny because Megamind 2 like contradicts the little bit of Megamind lore there is. There's not even that much Megamind lore. How do you contradict it?
No, I would watch the live action Avatar movie, then Megamind 2. Honesty.
No, you're thinking about the show.
I'm talking about the movie.
No, she isn't thinking about the show.
Because there is a live action movie before the live action show, baby butter.
No, there wasn't.
Or did you forget?
I don't think there is anything to forget.
I think Aidan and BB are brainwashed by Megamind 2 to the point where they can't.
Yeah, I think BB's trying to do her best Judy impression and say there's no movie.
Oh my god, yes, I forgot about that.
There is no people of color in Avatar.
They are literally all Japanese.
I know, that's a joke.
Literally every single one of them is Japanese.
There's no Warren Bodzing say joke.
You know what? I'm done with you two. You two are cursed.
Listen, everyone was white.
It's always great when Aidan tries to build on
I'm
a
not
joke.
great at it. I'm
Doesn't
trying.
need extra layers.
Aidan just doesn't know how to do comedy.
You're a Baka Taco.
That's what I'm calling you.
Guys, I'm actually so sad because my phone like died and like literally I had to like prompt my phone up to like turn on my camera. So like right now I'm holding my camera. You guys like my eyelid? It's gone. But like I can't keep it held up. Like I can't do that. And now I have to keep my camera up because my phone keeps on slipping and y'all ain't gonna look at the ceiling the entire time. Absolutely not. Now I'm so sad.
Ceilings are
Because I wanted to display my beautiful face.
Cool.
Maybe you should
My face
leave
is
before
better than the ceiling.
Aidan's brainwashing of Megamind 2 gets to you, please.
Listen, okay?
You just have to have this angle just to
you
bear
mean
down at people the
Mugenmind?
entire time.
Mugenmind.
We love Mugenmind here.
Oh my god, just kidding us like Megamind.
We have Kat Tara.
That face that Jacob just made
Zuka.
reminds me of like the prototype footage
What
they
else?
made for the first Shrek movie. You guys ever see that?
We have Saki as well.
What else? What else can I mispronounce Avatar?
You guys ever see the prototype video for the
We
first
have
Shrek?
Tooth. We have Tooth.
Toph. We have Toph.
I think we need a red flag for these two right now.
I imagine like a ripoff Toph would be like have her like a giant forehead.
The fact that you two like
Megamind. What do you mean? You can literally watch. Okay,
flag for me.
You can watch all of the ripoff Avatar right there in the play.
Yeah, true.
The violent players.
Listen, Man Pop was great.
I'm tough because I was like tough.
Jacob, can you please give us a red flag just for these two praising Megamind 2?
We are not red flags.
We are green flags, actually. We are just
green flags. Absolutely red flags. You both are cursed beyond human belief.
I know what a red flag is, and I can testify for that because there was a relationship I was in a while back.
Hey, I'm sorry, you're colorblind, first of all. Because you don't know what the color
I've
red
never been in a relationship.
No, I definitely know what the color red
is.
Just because you've never been in a relationship.
Maybe William isn't using red flag in that to define like toxicity or like anything to do with relationships. It's more of a red flag of the entire conversation. Again, I've gone back to my usual. I'm just filling in all the gaps that everyone leaves because, well, if there's no difference, then allow me.
Bro, I am trying to know what that
probably had hair.
By the way, has the person who made that made a version that's on a green screen for the public to use?
They have not.
No.
Someone should really mask it. Someone
edit
should like
a version on a green screen.
Wait.
But that would just show up as green and on Restream it doesn't Restream doesn't chroma key the videos that are in here.
It doesn't
have masking tools. I hope it does because I could try and mask.
Yeah, it would help. It would help with getting rid of this abomination of a green streak in my hair.
What do you mean? You always have that weird green radiation streak in your hair.
Unironically, can we please just this whole conversation about Megamind 2 or whatever?
Megamind, we love.
Megamind. Yeah, you're right.
It is making my brain rot so much that
your brain isn't already rotting? That's kind of sad.
Is it now? Aidan?
How
is that what sad
is?
About.
How to make?
You guys think the Thunderman's movie is gonna be good?
I watch it. I trust you. I watch it. I'm a huge fan of Thunderman's, and honestly, it's actually really good.
Oh my god! Wait, I was like, what do you mean you watched it? It's not out. No, it is. I just didn't know it came out. It came out on the 7th. Is it good?
It's actually really good. I wasn't at first because I'm like, but the only thing I didn't really like is something towards at the end. I won't spoil anything, but it has to do with Dr. Coloxo. But that's it. That's the only thing I don't like. But other than that, it was really good, honestly.
Guys, I have horrible news.
Is it phone related again?
No, it's worse. I have to go.
Aww.
I'm actually so sad because I'm really, really, really lonely. But my cheer coach, she wants us recording this the halftime show so we can get it submitted. So that way, I can actually be in it. So I'm sorry.
Well, we still may be here by the time you're done with that. So
okay.
Yeah, these for a while. But either way, just in case, let me say it's been an absolute pleasure to have you here. We really appreciate your company. Good luck with your video.
Wait, no, I can't do that. Oh, I forgot.
All right, bye.
Bye.
KW, it's your child. Oh, actually, someone else.
There's gotta be a leak for Coyote versus Acme at some point, right? Someone's probably gonna leak that at the last day of its survival.
There was a Scooby-Doo movie back a while ago called Scooby-Doo and Crypto 2 before it got officially released. It leaked because they were gonna shelve it.
Yeah,
and then several months later they officially released it and I was like, finally.
Yeah, it's the same thing with
Scooby-Doo Crypto 2. That's what I had Scooby-Doo Crypto.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the CGI Popeye. Right?
I was also
but was that
say...
never complete? I thought that was never completed though.
No, it was done and everything. They just didn't release it.
Oh.
The Popeye movie?
Yeah.
Man, I wanted one because I saw like when they tease it or whatever. I was like, yes, I love Popeye, but then it's like, oh, never happened. I'm like, come on.
No, I think there is a leaked version out there.
I've seen like some leaked animation
back, and I've
from
heard
what was
conversations
supposed to
with
be.
the Sony Popeye movie that got canceled because I don't know.
They scrapped so
Yes,
much
Ghostie?
stuff.
I'm back for my water and a gun.
Well,
I was also gonna say.
Oh, this is getting demonetized.
Hey,
Now.
hey, KW.
Yes.
Are you a rocket? Because you take me high.
Wow. Oh.
What?
What?
What just happened? What?
Before it was KW, it's like a bit.
Oh yeah, KW gets flustered very easily. So yeah, she's become our resident Ashley. So
Yeah, I know. I dragged her into my stream only for her to not be flirted with even once, and for me to get.
nah, she was flirted with towards the end.
although we did, yeah. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure. I think I still have the. I was gonna say I still have the Pickup Lines website open, but then I realized I'm sharing my screen. I can't check it. Yeah, I guess I'll just have to wing it then.
Wait another day.
Okay, yeah. I think I just found like archive.org.
Yeah, no, like I heard that they did a I forgot.
Animation.
It's a do you guys remember that Batman show was like takes place in the future and there's like a new Batman or whatever?
Oh, Batman Beyond, yeah.
Yes, Sony was going to do.
Or in Spanish, the Batman of the future.
Oh, I know what you're about to talk about.
Sony was going to do a Batman show,
not
then
letting
I think
the
everything is wrong with the world.
This was because the animators, or was it the writer? It was someone on the Into the Spider-Verse team wanted to do a Batman Beyond movie, and they
were worried it wouldn't sell or something.
Yeah, and WB was like, "No, we're never doing it." And they're like, "Okay, but let's pitch it first." And then they're like, "Okay, maybe." And then they never got talked to again. So obviously, it's probably not.
I wanted so bad because I grew up on that show.
I don't trust Warner Brothers with anything. Period.
Dude, we got some new like images and stuff from it. Did you ever see those?
No.
So yeah, they released some pictures from the that were shown for the Batman Beyond animated film.
It was gonna be like the. Oh no! Sorry, go on before I say anything.
And they look pretty awesome. Let's see.
And it's gonna be totally awesome.
It would have been if WB said yes, but they don't like getting.
No, Warner
money,
Brothers is stupid. Warner Brothers is stupid. They're screwing over Scooby-Doo. They fully written and fully recorded all the voice lines for a Scooby-Doo and Hex Girls movie. You know what they did? Shelved it because the animation could start. Scoob 2, and there's like a Scoob holiday special that was gonna come out. Like they were both they were both 90. They were 90% done, both of those. And you know what they did? Shelved it.
You know who I blame for all this,
guys?
You know who I blame for all
here
this?
it is. I found some of the I just found some of the old concept art again. Yeah. This is nice.
The concept art is so cool.
I want the Batman Unlimited film because I grew up on that show, especially watching it with my dad because he was also introduced me to DC, and so it's just like, come on.
I hate David Zaslav with a burning passion for everything he's done.
I don't know.
It's the CEO of Warner Brothers.
The current CEO, I think he was like the original CEO of Discovery.
Yep.
Then Discovery and Warner merged, and then Zaslav pretty much took over.
That's who's been responsible for everything getting canceled.
Everything getting canceled, shelved.
It doesn't matter if it's almost done. It just you gotta shelve it anyways.
Oh yeah, no, like Batgirl. Remember, Batgirl was entirely finished, and then they removed it for a tax write-off.
Oh, yeah. I wanted this movie that
I think that and Scoob Holiday Hunt were the first signs of maybe Warner Bros. Is in a bad state.
they could have so much potential if they can not screw it up, and they're like, now no one would want this. Why?
I
Why
think
would
everyone
people
can have a
want
lot of
this?
potential if they don't mess something up, KW.
Yeah. Most of the time they kind of do.
Yep. And then they come back and remake it again.
Well, then,
That's
but
what
then
I'm
they'd
doing
be like,
today.
well,
and remake it
yeah.
again because that's just the way of making movies.
I have no idea how. I still don't know why they're doing them all.
I'm gonna make it again.
The thing with like
I'm doing the
Hollywood
KW
as a whole is
fighting.
to me, it's like currently it's the sequel and reboot era. There's no way of getting out of it.
Well, the thing is, like, there is a way to do it right. Like, I spoke on stream the other day. I genuinely think Ninja Turtles mastered what reboots are.
Oh, Mutant Mayhem.
No, just all of Ninja Turtles. Period.
Mm.
Every Ninja Turtle incarnation is the perfect example of how to do a reboot. Because, like, it's the exact same story every time. It's just slightly reordered. And then all the elements that are going to be in there anyways just have, like, the percentage of how extreme they get lowered or heightened. And then they call it a day.
Look, the one thing I can say about the TMNT, like at least the new TMNT, well, I haven't seen it. From what I've heard, like pretty good. And also what I've heard behind the scenes is that the animators weren't abused, unlike some other animated film
Yeah,
that
so
came out
Spider-
the same
Sony.
year.
Yeah.
Phil Lord and Chris Miller can get something shoved up them right now.
Sucks, because why do you have to abuse reanimators?
Money.
Oh, also, by the way, the Oscars disrespected animation again, which I'm not surprised by,
they always
but
do
it
that.
happened.
Look, I mean, The Boy and the Heron got the win, so at least another 2D film got something.
Yeah, but they rushed through it. Like when they were announcing it, they were like rushed through The Boy and the Heron, and just like rushed through it. Like after it's like The Boy and the Heron won. Cool. We're moving on now.
Hey everyone, so big movie that we're all really passionate about. It's called The Boy and the Heron. Anyways, on to Avengers 57.
Anyways, hey guys, let's talk about the latest terrible reboot that won 2 Oscars, guys. Isn't this great? Like,
it was not Dial of Destiny. I don't know how Dialed Up Destiny got like 1 award. Period.
I heard it was boring for what I heard. Like, Dial of Destiny. Was
I never heard of it, to be honest.
The latest Indiana Jones movie.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
Oh,
that
I did a whole
that
Walking
one.
Wednesday about it.
I never watched it.
I've seen mixed reviews.
I did a Walking Wednesday if anyone's interested about it.
How bad was it?
Boring.
I've heard from some people
Well, this
that it's
one's
like
relevant.
okay, others that it's just the worst thing ever, and then others are like, oh my god, Indiana Jones needs to reboot as a whole franchise. This is the new golden age. So it's real mixed reviews.
From my perspective, it was pretty much exactly what I expected to see, and my dad said the same thing. It's an Indiana Jones movie. What more do you want?
Yeah, but I remember like when it was in production, hearing about all the mishaps that happened with Harrison Ford and how he kept getting hurt on the set of that movie while they were filming.
See, this is why I don't judge movies by the behind the scenes.
Yeah, but I
context.
just like kind of feel bad for the guy, and honestly, I don't think the guy should be starring in any action movie or any movie that requires him to do a lot of physical labor.
You could just say no if you wanted to.
Well, not in every instance. Once you already signed the contract for a lot of these, they can just sue you if you don't show up.
Then he could not sign the contract. That will count.
Yeah,
as
but
saying
they
no
can
in this
actively hide stuff, like the Madam Web movie recently, right? The cast is pretty openly against it because the script and stuff they are handed was not the movie they filmed.
Wait, was it a better movie?
Oh, that I know how.
To be fair, I don't expect
I'm pretty
much from
sure
the same
like
writers as
I'm pretty
Morbius.
sure
But they already
person
signed
who
the
played-
contract, so they couldn't just leave. So
I'm pretty sure the person who played Madam Web in that movie,
They left the talent
like
agency.
Dakota actually thought it was part of the MCU. Because,
yeah,
like,
she did.
I think she
yeah.
like called up one of her like friends. I think like the person plays like Nebula or something. Be like, hey, so I got this Marvel movie that they want me to be in. Should I be in? It's like, yeah, more movies are great to be in. Not realizing it wasn't connected to the MCU.
I thought you
or
weren't
Sony.
supposed to do Like that Marvel is usually very secretive. You're not actually supposed to tell people.
I don't think she.
know,
I think it's more
I
of a
don't think
Sony
she
thing in this
gave.
case.
I don't think she gave details about it. She just said, "I got a contract for to be in a Marvel movie." And then her friend was like, "Yeah, Marvel movies are great to be in," and then not realizing it wasn't actually connected to MCU or anything that her friend was part of. It was a completely different writing team, completely different aspect.
It should have been a bad sign to anyone working on that. The same people who wrote it were the same ones who wrote.
To be fair, that was also the early 2000s. Early 2000s Marvel movies in general were terrible. Like ever.
I know. I'm just saying, like, saying Marvel movies as a whole, like MCU aside,
they've gotten worse.
Exactly.
People are more used to MCU movies because they've been they were decent for a while. Now they're a lot more hit or miss. I don't hate all the Marvel movies, but like some of them are hit or miss. I know some people are like it's just not like there's lack of quality control and they're just kind of going for a goofy style of humor that doesn't work for every single movie.
Say, oh, I'm in this thing, and I'm automatically going to assume it's going to be good.
Well,
if you read the script, that's fine. But the person saying like, oh yeah, I'm in this thing. Yeah, this must turn out exceptional. That being said, it also the pendulum swings opposite direction too. You can't just say, oh yeah, this thing looks terrible, and therefore I'm not going to engage with it because it definitely is 100% going to be bad.
Well, to be fair, they did for Marvel. That's what they did for like a lot of superhero movies in the early 2000s, especially. Hey, there's this new early 2000s superhero movie. Oh, is it gonna be like those Ghost Rider movies? Yeah, those are terrible now. These like early 2000 superhero movies had a terrible representation. The only time
I don't know. I quite enjoyed them.
This is what I mean. This is what I mean. The pendulum swings in both directions, and that's why it's best to judge the movies by the movies themselves. This is another reason why I don't indulge in behind the scenes.
I don't know. Behind the scenes stuff is important to at least somewhat be conscious of.
Yeah, no, I always pay attention to that stuff to know whether to watch it through other totally legal means or not.
Because sometimes a lot of it is red flags, and if you don't see those red flags, and then you go into it and then be like, "Oh, that was terrible." It's like, yeah, there were like 25 red flags you were intentionally ignoring because, listen, maybe it's good because that's like going into assuming everything's bad. Like, but once you start hearing news that there's problems, you kind of, especially official news is where people should take into account. Because if official news makes it worse for you, you shouldn't ignore that. Be like, oh, well, this official news from the official studios making me feel bad about this movie and feel like I don't want to see it. But I should ignore that because positivity is what I need.
When I say ignore that the back behind the scenes and official news, I mean that I don't engage with it in the first place. It's not like I read something and then say, "Oh, well, I'm not going to care about this." I just don't.
If I hear some stuff, I start to question, and it sometimes just kills my enthusiasm to see it. Like sometimes I just kind of like
another good reason not to engage with that, because then if you're enthused with something and you want to get that experience, then you're actively ruining it for yourself at the same time.
Well, yeah, but if it was going to be ruined anyways.
Yeah, it was gonna be but like if you go in with the idea of it's gonna be great, and then you hear and then you intentionally ignore all the news that spells out, no, this isn't what it's gonna be what you think about, then you're going to it.
That's kind of the gamble that a lot of moviegoers don't take, but that's kind of
especially when spending money on something. Like I'm emphasizing, it's one thing to like watch a bit of a Netflix show that's potentially good or bad, because if you already have a Netflix subscription, you're not losing money. But I'm sorry, if I'm going to go to the movie theater and spend $15 on a ticket and I'm covering up my ears being like, la 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 la, I don't hear anything bad, la 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 la, and then go out of it being like, man, that was the worst thing I ever seen.
I feel called out for the whole cover my ears thing, because I literally do that anytime someone's playing a movie and I'm forced to watch it.
But then I go out and then be like, wow, that was terrible. And I already spent money on it. You see where the problem lies. I literally spent my hard-earned money on a terrible product.
Don't watch things you know are going to be terrible.
Yeah, that's why I like to listen into that kind of stuff. Because if I start hearing bad stuff about it, and at least also helps me temper my expectations. Because of Madam Web, I don't hate Madam Web as a movie. I mean, it's not great. Don't get me wrong. But it's not the worst movie ever. They're like being like it's the worst superhero movie ever. No, that's still technically. I would say Morbius is still more in the camp of.
Madam Web was written by the same people who wrote Morbius, Aidan.
Okay, yeah, but it's not as bad
you
as
can still
Morbius.
compare the quality of
It's
something
not as
if it's
bad
made by the
as
same
Morbius,
person.
basically, because Morbius is worse. But even then, I don't hate Morbius. Is the thing.
It's like me saying brought to you by the director of Stuart Little. Must be bad.
I don't
Morbius
hate
was
it.
nothing but a scam. Let's all be honest here. The way they
Morbius
marketed it was very clearly designed to exploit anyone's expectations, and it shouldn't have gone up any of the money it got.
It flopped twice in the box office. Twice.
Yeah, what money, baby?
Yeah, the money they lost. Again.
But like
they lost
ultimately,
money on
when
that
you're
film.
spending money on something, then you really gotta. Then you should at least have as much knowledge on it as possible, or at least a little bit of knowledge to kind of know what you're going into and know if even the idea of spending that money is worth it. Because again, not everyone's made out of money, and it gets kind of annoying when it's like, oh, I spent money on something that I hate. Heck, I wish I knew that about some stuff. Like, I bought a Miraculous game for $30, and it's terrible. Like, I played the first level, and I hated
Yeah, what
it.
else did you expect? No game
I was
designed
hoping it
for a
would be
children's
decent.
show, unless it was in the 2000s or before, is decent.
If you want to buy a game based off a children's show, buy SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom or Simpsons Hit and Run.
Both of which, note, 2000s and before.
I guess the Mr. Krabs game that.
Yeah, okay, but that wasn't like an official game.
That was a fan game.
Yeah,
but it is important when you're gonna spend money on something, be it a game, a a movie, a TV show. If you're gonna spend money to go out of your way to spend extra money that you're not already spending on something, if you don't go in understanding at least a little bit, knowing enough about it, then you are going to be disappointed. Like, again, I don't have the luxury that some movie reviewers.
Well, you could be disappointed.
Could be, but you shouldn't know, and especially because, like, with all those news articles and those that all kind of stuff. Keep in mind is marketing. If you're reading a news article about this actor is going to be in it, or like someone talking about aspect of the movie, that's all marketing. And if the marketing is failing at its job, that's important. We can't ignore the marketing's failings while propping up tons of marketing successes. Because a marketing of a movie, even if it's a terrible movie, if the marketing is good, it's going to get people, at least initially. So you got to be good about marketing.
Up and tear down nothing. Although I think something's going to be good or bad. I don't watch the trailers or listen to the news. I am very equal in my ignoring of things in this context.
Yeah, but
and especially recently, where it's like, well, now you also have like the ethical end of a lot of the things being funded for various things. Like, well, all right, what is my money really going to?
Some actors and stuff. Like, I think I saw this on TikTok, but there's a movie called about like Boy Destroys World or something. It's not connected to Boy Meets World, BB. Just specifying.
I was gonna say,
like, Boy Destroys World or something. But there's the actor that was in Stranger Things who has said some extremely problematic things, and that are
He's
terrible.
A Zionist. He does like
basically. But yeah, no, he has said very specifically some very horrible things, and if you're going to get to go to and a lot of TikTokers, if they go to that free premiere, not realizing he's in it, and then have to promote it because that's the contract, you get to go see it for free, but you also have to make a review or talk about it. Then it's going to be like disingenuous and it's going to not be great. So it's one of the things where marketing can be tricky.
A review doesn't have to be disingenuous just because you got a free. In fact, I'd say a lot of YouTuber marketing. I know it's not the same because it's we're talking about professional industry. A lot of YouTubers who have said, okay, this company has sent me something, but I'm still going to be completely honest. Like Cat Icarus, for example, says that all the time.
Not all studios will allow you to be completely honest, to be honest. Like, most of them will at least want you to sugarcoat it, being like, the movie was all right. I mean, it was just mid, even if you want to deep down say, no, this movie is terrible, I don't think there's anything redeeming. You'd be like, there are some very minor elements that I think worked really well. Or like try to put like some of the good things or mix some minor.
This is why Siskel and Ebert were kings.
Yeah, I don't know any studio who's gonna let you actually be honest in your reviews.
Yeah, be fully honest and be fully brutal.
Like, you can say you will be, but you'll probably get in trouble if you do that.
Yeah, or they'll stop asking you to go to movie premieres and be like, oh, every time you review one of our movies, you're brutally honest and like sometimes say not great things about it. Okay, fine. We're not gonna let you go.
Maybe just make good movies.
Yeah, but like the way the studios view it is, if you're not gonna play ball the way we want you to, then we're not gonna let you play ball.
I mean,
and that's only the.
I mean that's their prerogative. But you're technically delivering on exactly what they asked you for. It's kind of like if someone asked me to do a review of something, I do a review of that something. I'm not going to be like, how dare you say this thing?
But looking at it from an industry point of view, it's an industry. It's not like it's just a fun thing for them. Like it's a lot of people's careers. It's an industry, and it's something that people make money off of and stuff like. And studios rely on reviewers and positive word of mouth to get them doing it. And honestly, I don't trust.
Again, I still need that as an
I
example.
don't trust a lot of reviewers in general because like a lot of the reviewers I see, it's like, yeah, no, I don't trust you. Like God, like there are like some close-up interviews with like some like what Straw Hat Goofy or something like that. It's like, God, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. Like,
what Straw Hat?
He's an influencer who gets to go to a lot of movie premieres and does interviews with actual celebrities. Which again, a lot of the fact that you're able to get those opportunities is also one of those things where it's like, keep in mind, if you start bad mouthing like certain movies and stuff like that, they're not going to have you interviewing these celebrities and getting on these like big press tours because if you are willing to bad mouth something, well, you're just going to potentially say something negative or like point out a negative that we don't want to be super public.
I will say that also goes into like the very bad aspect of professional critics, which is that none of them are actually critics.
Oh God! Like didn't it come off in Rotten Tomatoes that half them were paid off?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yes. Like, they're all paid off to say various good or bad things by the studio or rival studios. They like none of their opinions are really their opinions.
I think Rotten Tomatoes is partially owned by like a few movie studios.
No, I think it's owned by like a box office.
Okay,
place,
Fandango owns. Okay, Fandango is the company who owns Rotten Tomatoes, and I'm pretty sure they're owned by Warner Bros. And someone else.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Fandango also sells movie tickets, so you can see how they would want Rotten Tomatoes to at least be positively promoting movies,
which that on its own, I also think kind of feeds into like one of our bigger systematic things, which goes into a spiral of other issues, which is the idea that everything has to be a subsidiary of another thing.
Yeah.
Because we're at a point where there's so few new things that at this point, the more money, the better. So it's just a constant race to become the largest monopoly.
Yeah, I think Disney has already succeeded in that.
Also, that hurts the idea of boycotting stuff. Like, you have a hard time boycotting stuff. So you want to boycott Disney? Well, Disney has tons of subsidiaries, so you have to boycott those subsidiaries. And maybe those subsidiaries also have a subsidiary or two that's also a subsidiary. You know, so basically it's like...
It's a
I'm going to boycott this big company. Okay, they're connected to like 30 things, though, that are in everyday life. And you have to technically boycott those. And maybe those things also lead to some other minor things in your life that you also have to boycott. And it's like really hard to do a proper boycott.
Like,
I love capitalism. We haven't made mistakes as
capitalism
a
is everywhere.
Wait, William, can I say something for a moment?
Yes.
I look up to what you're doing, and all of a sudden, I just see the camera fly through William Afton's crotch.
Oh.
Hey, does this look good? I said something to. You're
the solution to all of these things is just.
Hey man, we're checking out the wet willy. Am I right?
You sent me something, KW?
No, I sent it to Jacob. Please ignore that. I did not mean to send you that.
Ha ha! You're getting spoiled, Jacob.
Okay? There's you. Okay, now I sent it to the right person. I am so sorry. I'm talking to multiple people at the same time. I'm about to have spaghetti carbonara. It is delicious. If you're not,
I like it. Yes, good. You're doing good, KW.
Yeah, it does have bacon though in it, so I don't think Jacob Butter would like it. But if it doesn't have bacon, then I think he would like it.
I mean, if you said you're about to have it, right? You've had it before, presumably. Does it or does it not have
It
bacon?
doesn't bacon, but I don't know if steak or merit only needs bacon, or you can substitute it for something else. That's what I mean. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, bacon.
Exactly.
That is what they call it, I think. I never had it before, but I've heard of it.
I don't know how, but I'll find a way.
What do you think?
You're not the... Yes, it's good.
I'm so close. I don't know if I should stop it there for now, just to take a break and don't get ahead of myself, or... How much lyrics do I have left?
I need to make sure his head isn't like sticking out there.
Look at that mouth. To be honest, Jacob, I have the same problem like you.
Oh, I've like actively accounted for that because it's because again the ANG4 means that it is I made this at 4 degrees, and because it's inverted, that's actually -4. Oh, I think I might need a separate layer for this actually.
Ooh,
But yeah, I have fail states for that kind of thing.
You know, I'm gonna pause it there for now, just because I don't want to go ahead of myself and think about what else I can do. But first, I need to. There we go.
There we go. Once I eventually get to Aidan's scenes, the ones that he sent me, they're going to be both better and worse. Better because I don't know if it was by pure coincidence or just out of desire to stop using Gacha Life 2. He sent me everything in every head position was a
Well,
0
it's
degrees,
I just use head degree 1 because I was using the same poses I made for the Mrs. Dysart show when I show it off. Like
oh, it's head degree 1,
no,
not
it's
0.
0.
Okay,
No, it's
I guess
0.
then I have to...
But I have head degree
All right.
0 all the time when I do the Mrs. Dysart show. I don't mess with the head degree very much. Especially because I also don't like making tons more custom. I do on occasion make custom poses, but it's like, I kind of like to make a handful of poses, make a variety with those poses, like with the hand in several different positions and stuff, and then I just kind of call it, you know.
But with the head rotation, it will save, and then if you want to undo it, you just either undo it or you can go into a different head position if they're talking to somebody else.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I
changed Morwenna's head, like where she looked the opposite way, but it was still head rotation 0. Just flipped her head when she turned her head.
Okay.
To Sebastian.
Well, okay, yeah, that's
Sebastian.
Yeah, that you can expect.
Ooh, I hope this looks good. I'm gonna send. You know what, KW? I'm gonna send you a screenshot of this.
All right.
So, a bullet went pew pew, if you know what I mean. And it went through a certain part of the body. So I tried to replicate it by using some bits to see like it's like ooh blood.
Ooh, okay.
Blood. I love blood. Blood. I don't like blood. I get very grossed out by blood. I develop panic attacks over blood sometimes because blood scares me.
Oh,
But that's
gosh.
beside the point.
Then that one time
I
I showed you Ulrich's vacant eye socket must have been a shock for you.
And that wasn't that bad. Honestly, most of the time I get triggered by certain blood and certain IV stuff, especially that like the God when we're watching Guardians, that one scene with IV, like I couldn't physically watch because I was like,
oh my God.
my greatest fear, or one of my greatest fears, being shown. Blood. Here's the blood.
I'm watching you.
What do you
think? No! It's not so bad. Actually, it's not too bad.
Oh yeah, I can actually alter myself.
Oh my God! Why do you sound like what's his name? The villain in Thundermans. We just talked about him.
Dude, I thought you were about to say Doc McStuffin, and I had some questions.
Not the Colossal.
in my
So,
memory.
basically,
No.
I don't think I sound like him.
Not the Colossal. The guy with the mask with the green eyes. He's like the main bad guy, like Dark Mayhem or something like that.
I know who you're talking about. I forgot his name, but I know.
Yeah,
I know
same. Yeah, I definitely remember him. He had like a whole volcano thing, didn't he?
Is it Dark Mayhem? I'm going.
All right.
I think so. Yes, Dark Mayhem.
So yeah, basically KW,
Yes, it's Dark Mayhem. Let's go me. I got it
basically
right.
KW, you see where it went in,
And you saw where
Yeah.
it came out. Basically,
Yeah.
I tried to show.
Yeah, that's a good way to not like show too much details of what happened, but you get the picture, so that's good.
Yeah, I did want to show it because I didn't just want to show nothing. Like you actually like I did obviously animate it going through the head sort of or like with the silhouette shot or whatever. But yeah, I did want to show more of it and actually give some detail on the body after the fact because like obviously there would be something left. There would be a hole left after the event.
I'm so glad that Jacob did this live stream because I actually got some work done.
Yeah.
I just have a few more scenes left to go. Yeah.
I'm feeling the dancing demon.
Honestly, I might continue these after the anniversary is out. Not necessarily like as many of them. I'll
I mean,
them out.
well, we could branch out to other series as well.
Yeah, that's why I didn't. I was tempted to call this Mutant Cast, but in the back of my head, I was like, maybe this would be good for a different thing. I think I did try doing an Alpha Academy stream at one point.
Ooh.
Sort of it's inspired by Johnny, because at the time Johnny used to edit every single gacha video on stream.
You tried once, but the only singular guest was me.
I mean, if you do it during the middle of the week, minus Tuesdays normally, then I should be available. Like I'm normally available Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Those days I don't normally work at all.
William, that door flickering in and out of reality freaks
Well,
me
Thursday
out,
is
dude.
Thursday's Buster Fun.
It's not a door that's
Speaking of
flickering
which,
out.
are
It's
we gonna do a
temporary
stream
fridge
Thursday
right now.
for Nightmare Time or something, or Harry Potter? If you want to finish that up.
Well, I was thinking, I was thinking the next part of a Harry Potter musical.
I just really want to go back to Nightmare Time. I love Nightmare Time.
I know. What?
Well,
I miss
Nightmare Time.
Nightmare Time.
Nightmare Time. Nightmare Time.
Okay, you weren't there for most of that Harry Potter stream. BB, do you do you think that that was a fun time? Did you have a fun time on that one?
I mean, yeah. I didn't really get to say much, but yes.
That's also part of the problem.
Well,
BB and I don't really have much to say when it comes to it. Also, one aspect I like about Nightmare Time again is I'm personally a huge fan of horror and like general horror.
I will say it's not really horror for me.
Yeah, I know, but
in the case of Harry Potter is very specifically. I'm pretty sure that Harry Potter thing's a comedy, so it's like it's not personally up my alley.
Do you not consider Nightmare Time a comedy?
It's a comedy.
I mean, I hate to break it. Most of Star Kid is going to be
elements. Like a lot of Nightmare Time.
Yeah, most of Star Kid is comedy.
I
so
mean, I mostly
once we're done with Nightmare Time,
prefer stuff with comedic elements that isn't explicitly just a comedy because that's
Okay, well then I'll warn you now. After Nightmare Time is done, you're not gonna get a lot of that from Star Kid. Just as a heads up.
Wait, don't we need to finish off all of what's it called? All of the Hatfield saga after Nightmare Time?
We have myself a seizure by doing this. That's not that much left. We have Nightmare Time season 2.
Finishing off finishing off the Hatchfield saga mostly involves Nightmare Time. There's one more musical after that, and that is the grand finale. Okay, and a short film.
And also possibly the other musical that people apparently debate is canon or not, and I'm leaning towards it is.
Oh no, I'm saving that one. I'm not going to give them the satisfaction.
Apparently, the thumbnail decided to disappear on the stream.
Oh no!
What? How does that even happen?
Oh yeah, it just says Jacob Butter.
Why do you say that with an accent?
Because I can.
Jacob Butter.
Jacob Butter.
You go to Gulag. Go to Gulag.
I like how KW, when you do it, it just sounds like a rooster or a chicken calling in the morning.
This would not be This would not be the first or last time KW has ever been a bird.
No, can we not talk about my bird laugh? No.
Oh no, I mean
Go
they
to
made
the go
bird
to the
noises
Gacha
before
video
too,
that
but
Bond
like
made on his channel. If you want to
Oh, don't worry, KW. You sound like a bird, meanwhile I sound like a broken tea kettle. It's fine.
Yeah.
okay, I think Shorty's going through like
demo both of those at the same
I think
time.
Shorty's like going through memory lane or something, because there's a bunch of like old references that we were there for now that like. So Shorty the posted like this image of like a cat sniffing a like a sandwich, and
fun times.
and
Good
if you hover over it, it says he hungers. That's a reference to like that one time where we started really talking about well, I mean, I think that was my quote exactly. He hungers, but it was for like the cat, and I think it might have been that exact image. And I think about it. No, it wasn't, because that's Joey actually. That's it was a similar thing. But then in Shorty's bio right now, there's the quote, "Pissing all by yourself, handsome." That's an exact quote, by the way. I'm like,
why?
end quote.
BB telling stories feels like a child trying to tell a joke and forgetting all the details, and then suddenly being like, "No, wait, this is important too. No, wait, you have to get this. No, seriously, wait for it. It's so funny."
And that's funny because we have that's been a thing for a while. In fact, in the Shuri community server, we even have like a VC at the very bottom titled "Community Restroom," just for that.
Why is this still showing?
You okay there, KW?
What? What about me?
I know, just you sound like you either scheming something or really processing, the sheer hilarity of Shorty's memory lane.
No, I saw Junior in a VC chat, and I just decided just to join to see what they were doing and everything, and my friend Quinn in that VC chat was like, "Oh, is Aidan in that live stream? I want to meet him. Like, is he there?" And I'm like, "Well, yes. He is in the live stream." And I just
click the link and find out.
I just share my screen, and Junior was like, "No, do not share your screen. It's going to break my
please,
phone."
no.
You're doing the Michael Scott quote right now.
I need to upload this on the Streamable because apparently it's too big for Discord.
You guys hear about Ben Shapiro apparently being against retirement?
Oh.
What?
Am I surprised? No.
He's against a lot of things.
He's Koku for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah. The exact quote is, "No one in the United States should be retiring at 65 years old. Frankly, I think retirement itself is a stupid idea unless you have some sort of health problems."
Oh, you're so
Wow.
right, Ben. You know, it's so nice with your cushy social media job. I vote we go talk to like the people doing construction and tell them they shouldn't ever retire.
Yeah, that's so true. Those 90-year-olds still work in that construction.
Like, Ben, you have a cushy job at a multi-million-dollar social media platform.
And he says that like people in America can even afford to get retirement at 65.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, Nikki Haley fucking, like, said once, like, oh, yeah, retirement should be grown up to, like, 70. It's like, no. Please, no.
I'd make an argument that it should actually be lowered.
Yeah, no, it definitely should be lower. I mean, honestly, listen, okay, I don't want to be old and senile by the time I retire. Like, oh, yeah, I could barely move my finger and toes. Right. Now it's time to retire. It's like, listen, I want to be able to actually do something, okay? I want to be able to actually move my body at least a little bit.
Right, I don't
That's
like
all I
the
want.
idea that we've established that in order to live the majority of your life, you have to always be working. I feel like as a race, I think we would get a lot more fulfillment out of just enjoying our lives for a good chunk of it.
Enjoying your
Because prior to doing work,
silly.
then we're forced to be
we
at
gotta
school,
feed
and
into
no one
the
likes
system
school.
longer.
Like
listen.
because prior to working, we're at school, and we're forced to be at school, right?
Yeah,
and a lot of that statistically actually just has negative effects on your mental health. And a lot of those kids on top of school also have abusive homes. It's like there's no winning. you go in to pretty much a 9-to-5 simulation, except it's an even longer time period than 9 to 5.
Are we still talking about Ben Shapiro?
No, talking about the
No,
United
not.
States
Please don't
working
go back.
system explicitly.
We're going into like a longer version of 9 to 5 at
I don't even know why we brought up Ben Shapiro in the first place, and now we're into this.
at like a single digit age
again.
And then all the way up to like your deathbed, you're working, and it's like, well, what's the point? What am I doing at this point? I can't do anything. My bones ache every time I try to move my pinky toe.
So are we talking about retirement? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Apparently, retirement, according to Ben Shapiro, shouldn't exist.
No, it should. Honestly,
I just like, according to him, it shouldn't exist.
It should.
Again, construction workers. That one lady who tell them that. Tell the construction workers, you social media man.
Wait, who was that one lady who said that we should age up the retirement?
Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley said
I
we
hate
should
her.
age it up to 70. Yeah, Nikki Haley's horrible.
Like, come on, man. Like, what's wrong with retirement?
Never work a day in their lives.
What's wrong with retirement? Like, when you get older, you start not to function well when you're younger. So, like,
all of you have said the exact same things at different times to each other. Just a heads up.
We all know
I'm
this.
just saying.
Listen, down with society.
No, I'm
anarchy.
Okay I'm okay with society. I'm not okay with government. I'm
not okay with this society.
I think society flourishing is a good idea. This can never happen with the way we've built the world.
As Technoblade say, down with the government, rise the anarchy.
Anarchy.
Government is only here to spread propaganda.
You know, I'll have you know, actually, I never got a response from our congressman whenever I replied to him.
Ha! Wow.
The time that I'm a lot more blunt about, hey, this is clearly censorship, and it's only coming around along this huge list of things that you don't want.
Our Congress...
Suddenly, I don't get a response.
You know,
wow, imagine that.
Here's the thing. Our Congress only cares about that kind of stuff when it's convenient to them. Like, God, like there's like a TikTok ban being pushed again. But here's the thing. Like, TikTok has been telling people, here, call your local representative and stuff. So people have been calling them, and then they're like, oh my God, the youth are calling us. They're being brainwashed. It's like, no, the youth are participating in government. They're telling you what they want. I thought that's what you complained that the youth don't do. Make up your mind. Do you want the youth to participate in government or not? Or do you only let them participate when they're agreeing with you? Because that's not how this works.
That's because America. That's because America has become everything that we teach kids in school is the reason we fought for freedom.
Propaganda is bad. Proceeds to America, just does nothing but propaganda. And just like that, like, you know, the school's like, here's how you can identify propaganda. People
I got water in my nose somehow.
Oh my God, America's been doing propaganda for a long time. And then the government's like, no, we're not. You're crazy. You're brainwashed.
Yeah, I do think it's funny. The second you call them out, they do just try to gaslight you.
Yeah, just like, okay. Yeah, no, we can only call propaganda from other countries, like China. That's the only place we can call propaganda.
Only China, I will say, yeah, it's China.
Only China!
Not like every other country in the world.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, America's so different, you know? Like, no, we're really not. We're kind of just as horrible. We just pretend that we're not.
Yeah.
Welcome to America. We pretend we're not that bad.
There's at least a
I
quarter of the
want
US popularity
to
is not
go-
government anymore
half the
after the
world.
Cold War.
You know,
I want the government to stop with the daylight savings. We don't need it anymore.
Daylight savings is strange. I don't get it.
No,
but...
actually, there is a scientific fact that daylight savings actually cause a lot of bad stuff, and it's not good for our health.
Oh, dang.
There is
Yeah, it caused me to miss a bath yesterday because I got the time that Ghostie stream started wrong.
Wow.
There is scientific facts about that, like about how like it does cause heart attacks, and there's been car crashes and
Confusion, mass confusion.
Okay, can you give me the breakdown here? I don't see the correlation.
Yeah, I would love an elaboration on that, actually. I was trying to segue out of this conversation because it's depressing and no one wants to hear that. On
We
stream,
love
but
depressing.
now I'm curious about
Apparently
this.
quite a few people
this
are.
Right, I
specific
do want to
thing.
know if daylight savings causes heart attacks.
Really, what's the viewership like right now?
I think
I
it's been 0 for a while. No one's
person.
been in the
I
chat.
disagree with you, William.
No one's been in the chat for a while. I'm gonna be honest.
I guess because I invited everyone here. That's also fair.
Yeah.
because of traffic. Because now
What
you
is
have to
normal
get
one?
up
Yeah.
earlier or
I'm
stuff like that to go
basically-
to jobs and everything, and plus people are getting really, really tired because they're trying to catch up on sleep and everything from the daylight savings and everything like that. Like actually, when daylight savings just started, I felt sick because
Here's the thing.
Oh my god, no, I thought this was like some crazy thing you're on about. I
Yes.
looked up like, does daylight savings kill people? And there's like so many sources saying this. What? And it's all and it is legitimately the same things that KW cited. What? Okay, so what's the correlation then?
Please.
How?
I think it just messes with everyone's heads.
Yeah. Here's the thing. A few days ago, like it was the day my nephew was gonna come over. Like literally, like daylight saving happened, and apparently none of us in the house realized this. So, but apparently on the ovens and everything except for my phone and computer, it said like it was like 4 o'clock when I was actually like 5, and my mom was like, why are you making dinner at 4? And I was like, no, it's 5. What are you talking about? And then we realized it's like, oh, we forgot to fix the appliance. Say the correct time, which was really dumb.
So here's a paragraph that may indicate. I'm gonna keep reading in case, but it says, well, it's not the time change itself, but the disruption in sleep patterns that doctors have found cause negative impacts in health. And according to reports, they know that when time changes, heart issues and strokes go on the uptick.
Yep. I'm not.
Oh my god,
crazy.
a 24% increase in heart attacks the Monday after daylight savings time started.
I am not crazy.
24%.
I'm not crazy. I do study. Listen, I have an uncle.
Crazy Misty.
I don't think. Wait, has she seen what's it? Has she seen
Pokemon Bridged? I don't know.
No.
I don't think I've shown Kenobi Pokemon
I
Bridge
never
yet, but
really
honestly,
see a whole lot
you
of
should.
Unbridged
Pokemon
stuff.
are just fun. Oh, that crazy Misty.
Yeah, I was just saying. See, I'm not crazy because why? Because I have an uncle who studies science and has taught me a lot of science, and we actually did discuss.
My uncle works at
daylight
Nintendo.
saving.
He works at Nintendo, guys. That's how I know all the latest details of the new games.
No, he mostly focused on outer space. Actually,
my uncle works at Nintendo in the outer space division for when like they're trying to launch the game.
And computers, not Nintendo. He talks about technology and space.
My uncle works at Nintendo,
Nintendo,
guys.
what's the difference, really?
Guys, my uncle works at Nintendo.
Speaking of
like
which,
Nintendo.
so I think if we can finally get these
Love the
flying
games
cars
history of
working,
Galaxy.
I think the next logical step is to set flying cars up to go to space.
You know what? I agree. Let's go. Let's pull a Musk and go to space. Let's colonize space. You know what? We've colonized like a majority of the world. Let's just colonize space too. Let's colonize space while we're at it. We'll be the scourge in the world.
Meanwhile, out there in some other galaxy, it's just owned by some other race of aliens.
Yeah. You know, there's got to be Space America somewhere.
They have their own version of star.com.
It is an interesting thing. So I think most people agree that if aliens exist, and especially if they visited here, right, that they would have to have some incredible technology, right? Arguably better than ours. Question.
Well, in order to make the journey, yes.
Well then question. How do... Because that's a lot... That makes sense. What I've always struggled with is this. What is the pipeline like? Right? How do they reach that point of technology? Would they have to go through like the same steps we did? Probably not, right? So, like, what steps are they reaching to come to these conclusions?
They most likely would go through some of the same steps, but then not others. They might find pitfalls that we skipped over. They might skip over things that we didn't.
Right.
Or they might have been a different journey altogether. Chances are, if there's other intelligent life out there, there's some that have probably done it in a very similar way, and others that have not.
That's fair. It's just I've always kind of wondered how that evolution actually happens, because it feels unlikely for like our race to be like, for like the way we got there to be the natural route, right? Because it's weird thinking that they've all had these same flaws. It's like, hey.
Our foray into technology, I guess, came from the discovery of fire, which is fueled by oxygen. We wouldn't have as much oxygen on the planet were it not for a meteorite that actually crashed down to us. So if there's a life that evolved without the oxygen supply, they most likely would have had a completely different starting point in that situation.
That's good. That's a good point. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think the world would have been like if Mars, right?
If Mars, what is the word like? If Mars?
Yes. No, it's because isn't it Mars where they've found like dead like bacteria and stuff like inside of like the frozen over ocean? Like,
I think so. I mean, I know for a fact that they actually that they found actual water and the potential environment for microscopic life on one of Saturn's moons, which is why I pitched an entire series about that.
Well, it's because it's like at what point? Because I just want to know, like, what would be the what if had it not frozen over, right? How would that have gone?
I do not know, but sadly, I am going to go and hang out with Junior and my friend Quinn while eating dinner. Thank you for letting me join the live stream, and I hope you guys finish your edits.
Okay, all right. Before you go, I got to get at least one in.
Go for it.
KW.
Yeah. In between my blue flames that cremate everything as they pass, and yourself, I can't tell which one is hotter.
Oh,
okay.
God. Okay, all right. Goodbye.
Bye. That's the kind of thing that happens on here, or at least that first stream honestly had way more of that.
Anyway.
Yeah, this has been very boring by comparison.
No, this is a great stream. What do you mean?
We still talk this.
Everyone loves this stream. See, are watching now. I just watched it go up by 1. Now it's a whole 2 people.
The biggest highlight of the stream for me will be that Megabyte 2 argument.
Yeah.
Because that is my brain.
For all of the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put a cap on the politics next time.
Definitely. Holy but Jesus, it went way too far.
Did we get political?
Yeah. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response.
What happened?
I don't think we got that political. What are you talking about?
What happened?
Oh, I went back down to 1.
I walked away for a minute and then it's like, dang, and come back to that. I'm so confused.
Don't worry. It's just BB being.
Aiden,
BB
did we
again.
get political at some point during this?
Sort of, but not really. I mean, we're pretty much bipartisan with it, to be fair. But
right, I don't think we got that political.
I mean, it's technically political, but not really. I don't know.
Like, I think what we said.
What do you mean technically? You actively mentioned the government and capitalism.
Well,
yeah, and these are all basic.
I'm not
basic
not
things, though.
endorsing anyone. Listen, I don't endorse anyone. You see the people that.
No one claims that you
talking
did.
about-
You
yeah,
don't-
we're not talking. We're not. I know for a fact we definitely didn't talk about the presidential elections, Aiden.
Yeah. So who are you endorsing for president? No, I'm kidding. That's a joke. No. Anyways, yes.
None of them, but
none.
Is that the only thing people think counts as politics?
No, so it depends.
And nothing else beyond
That and human rights.
People are like, "Oh, you like human
Wow.
rights? Stop getting political, okay? How dare you say? How dare you say like?
say people should have human rights. That's insane.
What a
it's
what a radical
wacky
political statement, guys! What a radical political statement indeed. How dare you?
I'm so offended.
Yeah, I don't know though.
Anyways,
I feel like
you're triggered always. You're the triggered one. I'm not the triggered one, even though whenever I see someone who isn't white on the screen, I get triggered.
That was not where I was going with that one, but yeah, go on, I guess. Yeah.
Oh my god. Phoebe. Jesus.
Man, is that so, Aiden? You really went in a direction there, didn't you?
Listen, you gotta vary
Jesus
up. You gotta vary up
Christ.
the jokes.
You got very the jokes and the making fun of people because even though you're basically making fun of the same kind of people.
Yeah,
they all
my
have the
favorite
same
jokes. Get the people of color off the screen, said Aiden 2024.
That's gonna be used so out of
Listen,
context that people think you're
okay?
racist.
I'm embracing my southern roots.
Yeah, you are
southern
sounding.
roots of
You're sounding
being
more
racist. Okay.
My southern roots.
Yeah, that is the most southern thing you can be.
Well, I mean, I'm impressed that Aiden's embracing his southern roots and hasn't said me and my wife.
Oh, well,
Okay, listen, me and my wife. Nah.
Okay, nah. Me and my wifey.
Listen, me and my wifey, which is now my mom.
Listen, my wifey doesn't even deserve human rights. So
Her name's just wifey. She used to have a human name.
Now it's just
Yeah,
wifey.
the only rights allowed in this house are the right to
Rights
kill
of
any
men.
bacteria by mopping
The
those
right
floors.
to
Am I
leave
right,
is what
honey?
I
Yeah,
have.
let me slap that butt of yours. You know you don't get to tell me no. Go clean.
All right, maggots, listen up. Purple's gonna teach you the pecking order. It goes you, the dirt, the worms inside the dirt, Popo's stool, Kami, and Popo.
Did somebody say commie like communist?
Kami is in God, but sure. Also, at some point we got to finish Dragon Ball Z Abridged with you lot. Although I do think showing KW Pokemon Bridge first.
Wait, but God, I remember didn't Dragon Ball have a character that was basically blackface?
That is literally the one I just did an impression of right now.
Popo, Mr. Popo. No,
I saw the tiniest bit of discourse about that the other day.
That's probably because at some point the in the Team 4-Star Boo Bits they actually finally let's say finally they did make a jokes about that before, but they did actually have Videl say, "Oh my god, are you allowed?" I was like, ha, 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 I like this one.
Well, it's because Akira died, right? Yeah, and
yes, that's probably why this is coming up. So people are going to be like, you know that he made Mr. Popo
that's
a Master Roshi, and so
yeah, that's what it was. It was two big things, which is weird. We're talking about a fairly beloved dude's death, but I guess if we're gonna talk about anything, let's not talk about that. I guess who needs mourning? Am I right, everyone? No, the main two things I saw for a little while was one, a few people were doing tribute to him by making AI art, which people were like, man, talk about spitting on a grave. Thank you, artists. Thank you, artists and creator of Dragon Ball. We love you. And then here's some AI art to send you away.
What does the stream
And made the
called?
synthetic angels sing the to Oh god. Okay.
Happened?
Yeah. At some point I'm gonna make an actual proper Akira Toriyama tribute for the Butter Bunch, you know, because I think that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, don't have time at the moment, but I will eventually do that. It'll probably be more in the vein of copying Masako again, because he made one today as well.
What do you mean
featuring
you
no
aren't
AI
gonna
whatsoever.
make an AI portrait to honor the world renowned artist of one of the most famous anime of all time?
No.
I'm going to learn how to use stable diffusion just for this experience.
Their integrity has gone down to nothing.
Man, it's crazy how that happened. But no, there was that, and then there was also the hey, why are we mourning the guy's death? He made Popo or whatever. And then and then other people were like, he did, and this was a terrible thing to do. Let's also not forget that he remedied this much later by having other, much more respectful black characters. And then shared images.
I mean,
so it's like, hey, yeah, he definitely did this bad thing. He also made this significantly better thing later. Multiple times.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of people have the bad moments. It's like, eh.
It's like, do you guys have any idea how old Dragon Ball is?
It's like,
I do. It is coming up on 40 years.
I remember trying to do a reaction of it, and man, what a shame YouTube struck that one down, huh?
Actually, yeah, I saw like a little bit of that before the video got taken down.
But no, I was baffled by the amount of child penis on that. I was like, oh, that doesn't feel great. and then
surprisingly, not many people actually mentioned that one, because in the exact same episode as the one where Bulma shows her underwear.
No, right, and that was the next thing I was about to say, right? You have that, and then it follows it up immediately with like trying to sew this weird thing between the two, and it's like, oh, I can do things. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm just hating these discussions of what the.
Have you not seen the first episode of Dragon Ball?
No, I have not, for reasons.
It's not great. Yeah, it's definitely a product of its time. If even that, I'm not even sure some of that would pass, but a decent amount of it would have.
I don't know about the child.
I don't think Dragon Ball early on, especially, was really thinking outside of Japan. Honestly, I think
obviously not.
Japan is the thing.
Yeah, Akira Toriyama's fan base was mostly still like, I mean, that Dr. Slump and Arale Mania was a whole phenomenon at the time, but I think it was mostly contained to Japan. I don't recall. I've tried to look up, dubs clips of Dr. Slump, and they don't exist. So, apart from one that Totally Not Mark found that for some reason was in Spanish, it's like that I would be fine with. Where is it, please?
I mean, no. I did find a single dubbed episode of Code Lyoko Evolution at one time.
That's not Toriyama.
Yeah, I know, but like,
same creator.
Like, listen, sometimes
what are you talking
sometimes
about?
you find a random dubbed episode of a show.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be like
what in the world are you talking about? You
Code
faker.
Code Lyoko is my favorite anime, guys.
There's at least 3 degrees of separation there.
At least 3.
I say 3 degrees because Toei Animation is partially responsible for Miraculous and also for Dragon Ball, the anime, of course. And Miraculous Ladybug is very much a spiritual sequel to Code Lyoko always. That's my 3 degrees.
It's all connected, baby.
I need to find the
exactly.
Does it actually?
That's the kind of wacky logic I have to go through for the Omniverse timeline sometimes.
Some companies.
Yeah.
Zap up. Method animation.
Filming.
Yep, Toei.
It's
Why?
in the opening credits. Yeah, It says in the opening credits. I didn't make that up.
Why? Okay. I hate the fact that I know that now. The same
Yeah.
that has at least one of the animation studios being someone who did Norm of the North, so I don't know what to expect anymore.
Again, this goes back to what I was saying before about like, oh yeah, so judge something because like a person made a different thing, because you could say the same thing of like Stuart Little and The Lion King. They have the same director. Not a lot of people know that one.
Wait, hold on.
I can hear someone furiously clicking.
That's probably William.
Just ruining every connection.
Hold on.
This is the kind of media discussion that I like.
I need to look at this. I need to do something. Are you actually kidding? What the actual hell? What kind of timeline are we living in?
A weird one.
There is that old saying, there is no fiction stranger than reality.
He did not direct the 2019 remake. Good.
I didn't mean that one.
I had to check to see if he actually returned for that, but he did not, thankfully. Let me see what else he directed. What else did he direct?
Wasn't Gendy Tartakovsky also involved with Stuart?
Dude, okay. Speaking of media
he also directed Mr. Peabody and Sherman for DreamWorks.
I've reached another unfortunate end for my Ninja Turtle collection. For my Ninja Turtle collecting. In order to get the next thing that I need, I have to go through Abe Books to grab a trade paperback that for the most part is just reprints of things that I could get for much cheaper elsewhere. But I need to get this because it has a very specific story called Spinal Tap that's not been reprinted anywhere. So, for this one story, I have to burn $125 at some point.
Why was the director of The Lion King also the director of Paws of Fury, The Legend of Hank? Why?
What is that?
It's something. If you ever heard of that film Blazing Samurai, that is essentially what the film is. It's weird. It's a whole rabbit hole that I know about way too well. It's a weird thing, and I don't want to.
What is that? I don't know. Oh, it's just a rabbit hole that I know very well. Well, then what?
Well, it's a rabbit hole. I don't even. I'm confused. My brain is all over the place, and I'm not surprised it got distributed by Nickelodeon. Everything they do other than SpongeBob get thrown under the bus.
Some of it got. Yeah, including.
Avatar was good, but Korra they did kind of throw under the bus. I'm gonna be honest, Korra kind of got thrown under the bus by Nickelodeon, like in its latter years.
Yeah, isn't that like a pretty heavily documented thing?
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
But now they're making a whole Avatar studio, and yeah,
they already made that. That's what they've been publishing a lot of their extended universe material through lately.
I haven't seen any of that stuff.
Honestly,
they have a ton of books now.
I want a whole animated series about the adventures of Kyoshi. Like
that's okay.
I know there's a graphic novel.
Don't you mean Kaiashai?
A graphic novel.
The Kaiashai Warriors.
No, I want a Kyoshi.
Graphic novel? No, there's not a graphic novel. There's 2 whole novels. There's like 2 full-length books. And also,
yep, I've considered getting those in the past.
And there's also a TTRPG that exists where one of the eras is literally Kyoshi's era.
Ah, now this I did not know.
Yeah, it's called. I think it's just called Avatar Legends. Yeah, Avatar Legends, the role-playing game. One of the core features that you can is that they have a bunch of different rule books and stuff for different eras of the Avatar world's history. and you can play in all those, and they have like different settings and stuff. It's the Kyoshi era, Roku era, 100-Year War era, Aang era, and Korra era. So, pick your favorite time period in Avatar mythology.
I mean, I wanted to see more of Aang's era. I'm gonna be honest. We didn't get to see much of that in Korra.
Then get this TTRPG and
hold on. Can we just analyze that statement? I want to see more of Aang's era. We didn't get much of that in.
Well, just watch the last Airbender itself.
I suggest.
On a technical level, I'm counting more of Aang's era post 100-Year War, like after Fire Nation was defeated.
There's graphic novels for those.
Listen, I want a whole animated series about half the adult characters in Korra. Listen, okay, they were done dirty, in my opinion, in Korra because
they're literally making a movie for this exact request.
No, take what's Aang's
No, they are.
name? I remembered her name. It's
I did hear about this. Yeah.
Kana. Crap, it starts with a K. It's like, what's her name?
Kana, Katara,
Kaya. Kaya was done dirty in Legend of Korra because you barely get to see her. Korra.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Donald Duck.
Dang. But Kaya was cool. Kaya was cool when we got to see her, but we barely got to see her. Much like
I mean, that one kind of makes sense, don't you think? She's kind of dead.
Kaya wasn't dead during Legend of Korra.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking of the other Kai. I was thinking of Katara's mother. Never mind.
No, Kaya.
Yeah, you're right.
God, what is this Greek mythology? Oh, sorry, I was thinking of the other Aias.
Nah.
Okay, she was named after the first
and
Kaya.
then Aang's first son was named after his childhood friend Boomy. So there's two Boomies. So when you're talking about Boomy, you also have to specify Legend of Korra Boomy or Avatar: Last Airbender Boomy. These are different Boomies. Different people.
Yeah, I usually say King Boomy for that reason, but yeah.
The only one with a unique name is Tenzin. Which is weird, because how the one major he's the one character who actually has a unique name.
I mean, he's the one who is the most featured, so I guess they. Yeah.
I needed more Kaya. I mean, I wasn't too interested in Boomy and Legend of Korra, honestly. He was all right, but Kaya was really interested in it, but we just barely got any of her. And
it's weird because we see more of we learn more about Boomy than we do about Kaya. Again, with the exception of the comics, because I know that BB's going to mention that.
I don't like counting comics, even if they're supposed to be canon. Most of the time with comics is a lot of comics do get decanonized in general, or get stepped over, or pretty
These
much
ones
ignored.
haven't been. They're also being
They haven't been
by a larger extended universe, by a whole subsidiary group, and they're beloved by the fandom.
Here's the thing: they haven't yet. Nickelodeon just has to blink, or just easily decide to write in something that easily contradicts the comics, and it's got probably and they will do it because that's again Star Wars, they got an example of what happens to a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I thought you meant.
The again, I hate was meant to be canon, but then got completely decanonized, and that's what I say of a lot of this. And plus,
again, I say, at what point do we consider that completely decanonized and just making an alternate universe? There is so much content that was decanonized that it's just its own world. It wasn't decanonized; it was just separated.
Legends was meant to be canon to the overall Star Wars universe. And then it just got put into Elseworlds
because
but the Elseworld has just as much, if not more, content than the current canon universe.
Yeah, but say I make a series that's meant to be canon to the Butterverse, but then I decanonize it to be the Butterverse, and just be like
my worst nightmare.
And just be like, oh yeah, no, it's no longer canon to the Butterverse, and then it's it's an Elseworld. It's a completely different universe now, guys. Trust me. It's just a very similar universe. It kind of feels like what they did for the Superman Lois show, because
I mean the Butterverse is a very strict one timeline rule, but in theory, for anything else, it might.
For the Superman Lois world, for example, we actually got to meet Diggle in that world, and we mentioned Oliver. But then we find out later down the line
that no, actually, the Superman and Lois isn't canon to the Arrowverse. It's not meant to be canon anymore, or it's never meant to be. Even though we alluded to some stuff in the Arrowverse by having characters come in and mention some stuff from the Arrowverse, so it's like, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, again, I don't really trust companies with the canonicity of it. Like, it's one thing for like it's one thing for us to do stuff like, it's one thing for us when we make stuff, we know what's meant to be canon or not. But like when a company gets involved, then they can easily decanonize stuff or bring in new creatives that step over canon stuff or step on over canon stuff and be like, well, technically it didn't contradict it. It's just, you just have to go through several mental hurdles to say, no, the other stuff still's canon. It's just, this is just adding on, sort of, not really.
No, but
couldn't they, in theory, do the same thing to anything? Not
right,
just
that's
comics?
what I was about to say.
Fact,
I think it's
Star Wars.
Right.
There's several things, you know, that aren't comics that are also.
Yeah, I think it's unfair to discount. I think it's unfair to discount the comics just because they can do that when they can do the same thing for any show.
I mostly bring this up in context of comics because comics are way more easily decanonized, since comics tend to be a lot more underground and a lot more for the hardcore fans, the fans who are
they can't do that for Avatar, man.
No, because they can't do that with Legend of Korra, because if you're a fan of Avatar, you at least know of or know parts of Legend of Korra. You know aspects of it, so it's not the fact that if they were to decanonize Korra, that would be the same thing for the comics for Avatar. Everyone would know. Everyone would realize that they decanonized it, or everyone would talk about how it's been decanonized. Versus if they were decanonized comics, only the hardcore fans would be like, "Oh my god, they decanonized."
That's not true for Avatar, though. For other franchises,
yeah, in the case of the Avatar fan base, very much.
Yeah,
not the
for
case.
other franchises, I could understand, but the Avatar fan base is one of the few franchises that you have a good majority of people that are actually know a decent amount of like the extended lore. Like, it's a very dedicated fan base.
Yeah, I guess, but again, my just fear of comics, and then also with some comics that are meant to be written to be canon, sometimes it feels like a fanfic. Like, I highlight a lot of the Buffy comics that are meant to be canon to the Buffyverse as a whole, because like the Buffy comics didn't come out years after Buffy and Angel both ended. And a lot of the Buffy comics were written by fans, and a lot of the creative choices came from a fandom perspective. For example, you don't like Willow's girlfriend in the final season of Buffy? Okay, they broke off screen, guys. They broke up, even though they were meant to be, I'm pretty sure they were meant to be in game by the end of the season, by the way they were like framing it. No, they broke off screen because no one really liked them as a coupling and stuff like that. Then you get like the fandom things where it's like, I get it, but like from a fan, like. And I'm a fan of a lot of things, and I think I could do like my street justice if I were to do something on my street. But it's not the same as the original creator. It's not the same as the original creator.
Yeah, it's something that I have been cooked up.
Literally, all of us have been like, "Hey, at some point we're gonna continue my street," and then
that's
none of us have actually done it.
Yeah, I definitely have like a soft, like, well. I have a reimagining concept just lying in the bucket list. Like, it's definitely there.
Yeah, and
that feels slightly different.
And fans have their own perspective, and sometimes I think fandom perspective on certain characters or certain events is good, but sometimes I feel like the fandom mischaracterizes elements or ideas in a show. Like a show will like state this is a thing, and then like maybe be like, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, say a character does an action that yeah, maybe some of the older characters are now currently bitter over slightly, but in the grand scheme of that character's life, in the grand scheme of the story, isn't a big deal. But the fandom latches onto that and then gets completely hijacked and be like, that's all the character is. They're all that bitter thing. That's all they are anymore. You know?
Yeah, but not every franchise has their comic extended universe written by the fans. Case in point, Avatar.
Well, is every Avatar material written by the original creators? Or
yes, they have a whole sub company for that sort of stuff. I just said that Avatar Studios.
The sub company became a thing in 2020.
Yeah, ran by the same people who made that sort of stuff. This is the company that cares about the extended universe.
I'm specifying a lot of the Avatar material started coming out like in 2007. Like I think the comics like started in like 2007.
Yeah, and they're
the comics did
beloved
come
because
before
they
the
were
comic
written
book.
by
the
the original
Avatar
creators.
the company for Avatar didn't become a thing, and I know some of the creators were involved, but I don't know if the creators were involved in every single piece of media. Which
They
granted
were.
is kind of hard. Every single piece of media, every game.
Well, okay, not every
everything,
game. The games, I think
every game, everything that's meant to be canon to the universe and lore wise, the creators constantly oversaw.
Well,
Yeah,
if the creator oversight is what you're looking for in the case of something specific, then Avatar comics do match that description. The games
Yeah.
might not.
The games
Yeah.
are a bit more of a
If it's meant
of
to
a
be
gray
canon, I
area.
think the creators should have some level of oversight in general.
Then
But
then the Avatar
I
comics
will
are for
say
you.
creators are kind of an issue, though. Although the creator changing their mind can be an issue sometimes. Like Aphmau goes through this a lot.
This didn't happen for Avatar.
Actually,
Yeah,
it did.
I mean,
no, it
well,
happened.
okay,
It
okay,
happened with
there's-
spirits.
there's like-
explicitly because spirits in the first Avatar thing, when we got to meet a quote unquote dark spirit, the spirit was more just an angry spirit instead of a full on evil mind controlled spirit. Versus go to Korra, no, dark spirits are evil mind controlled spirits. Like flat out, there's no level of nuance, there's no thing. And like spirits are slightly different between books. Even the Avatar state is slightly different because like it's stated in like by Roku, like when you're in the Avatar state, it's like all your current lives and all the experience tends to come together in your Avatar state.
Does that mean that the original Avatar has been decanonized in this case?
Yeah.
Does that mean
No,
that
but
no
in
one
the-
goes to watch those episodes
But
because they're
in
decanonized?
the context of Korra, it's just Rafa. It's not. It has nothing to do with your past life. Your past lives aren't even important to the Avatar state. It's just Rafa.
Yeah, so if that retcon's in there, does that mean
that's
we should
more of a
watch the original
retcon.
series?
It's not really canon. It's more of a retcon, which is it's kind of a weird place in canon.
So okay, for
By
the Avatar
very
state, I
nature of
can't.
retcons, does that not mean that the thing that they were originally has been decanonized? Is that not what a retcon is, but almost by definition?
Sort
It is.
of.
So in
Yeah,
that
either
case, by that
either
logic,
that
you
or
shouldn't watch the original series parts where the dark spirits are involved. Then just skip those episodes.
Either that or it's like reworked.
Technically, since Korra is the latest stuff, Korra is the more canon stuff. Like if
exactly. So in that case, you're saying you don't want to indulge in the things that aren't canon. So by that logic, again, what I'm saying is that you would be skipping those episodes then.
But that's just more my issue with like the creators playing with canon or like changing their mind on canon, and instead of coming up with a creative way to explain why the canon is slightly different now and how it all can be canon at once, they just
they just ignore the past and then make something new. And then it gets annoying. That's what I'm bringing up with Avatar creators in that case. Like with the Spirit and Avatar state, they changed their mind partially in Legend of Korra by the time Legend of Korra came around and decided to actively ignore it, basically. Or like
we know what you're saying. That's not what I was getting at.
Over it, which is what I kind of worry with the comics. Like if the creators in the present day disagree with a choice they did in the comics, they would either step over it or completely retcon it or be like,
so
aspects.
I can't speak on the Avatar state point you brought up. I don't know if that was an original idea or based on something. I can speak for the spirit, however. Spirits, especially in a lot of different Asian mythologies, are like that. They are in a very similar, like when we think of a spirit and the ones that are generally warned against are obviously warned against for a reason. The ones that are generally not spoken of that much are the more nice ones because there is a difference there. So I think for the spirits retcon you're bringing up, it does come up with, hey, that's kind of how the inspiration worked too. There's just different kinds of spirits. Spirit is just the overall species name for essentially different breeds.
Well, spirits are a type of creature in the Avatar universe.
Yeah, I'm thinking of both of those things, and I guess you could say that there are these two distinct types of corruption. One that was brought on by human intervention, in the case of the Heibai episodes, was the ones that Aidan is mostly referring to, and then the everything to do with Fatu. Technically, those things I'm off the top of my head can exist together. The implication is that they don't. What I was putting down earlier was that Aiden's same aversion for the comics, by that logic, would also apply to the Hey Bye episodes in the original show.
No, it's just my problem with the creator. That goes to more of the point of my problem with creators changing their mind on a concept or a greater lore detail in a later series or later down the line in a series. Like that just comes to my issue with that, because like again, if Fallen Angels, I decided to retcon stuff where it's like no, they're not actually human souls given form by angelic energy. They're just fully new made creatures, has nothing to do with humans. I was supposed to do like in a sequel series or like later down the line Fallen Angels, and I barely touch on the fact that that's explicitly a detail in Fallen Angels. Then it's like it doesn't really match up and makes no sense.
Yeah,
anymore because I just changed my mind.
Like we do reveal the name of the Angels of Twist, but that was obviously planned in advance.
You do not change your mind with lore details, and that's what annoys me when it comes to lore in general. You do not change your mind. You should never change your mind if lore details explicitly stated or very clearly hinted at or developed in a completely different way that you're like, no, actually, it's nothing related to that anymore.
Okay, I will say, to my knowledge, none of that happened in the comics, and I think that retcon is the only one that I think I can explicitly think of right now. There wasn't like a behind the scenes change before the episodes aired. Like, Toph not being a buff guy, for example, that was behind the scenes, doesn't count.
Yeah, well, that didn't go into production.
Yeah, that was like a reference to like old concept art, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Katara being called Kaya, but then changing name because there's a video game called Kaya and something came out making that her mother's name, and then
also,
her daughter's
one interesting thing, if you look at the Avatar pilot, that's way different than the series, is the fact that Aang, whenever Aang's in danger in the pilot, it will put him in Avatar state. When in the actual series, it tends to be a bit more sporadic when he goes in Avatar state. But like in the actual pilot, like he literally throws himself off like a mountain or something like that. I forget in the original pilot to activate the Avatar state. Like
that's kind of awesome though.
Danger just to get in the Avatar
sounds
state.
like what Jesus got tempted to do.
Yeah, but I'm personally not a fan of that concept where it's like, oh yeah, I have this ultra power thing. All I need to do is personally put myself in danger by accident.
I kind of love it though.
That's not great, especially to access the power like that. Like I personally get it does like, yeah, no, I'm glad that changed in the actual series because like that concept doesn't work as well. Especially because like that makes all fights pretty much super easy for Aang. All Aang has to do is be like, hey, I'm about to be cooked by Zuko. I know. I'm gonna run at super speed into this wall, and then use the Avatar speed, and then activate the Avatar, and then have the Avatar state act up, and then save my life instantly, and then instantly.
It just made him be able to run without that.
I don't think he would do that because it's shown
again. That's what he did in the pilot. That's what he did in the pilot. That's what I'm saying. If it applies,
no, and I think that's cool. I think that's cool, but I don't think he would do that all the time.
He would run into issues such as that throughout each fight. Each fight, all he has to do is find a way to intentionally put himself in danger, so the Avatar state acts up, so he could destroy the enemy instantly. And then,
but I don't think he would do that though. Like it's pretty clearly shown in the actual show, at least during the earlier bit, that him being in danger does activate it, or at least him perceiving things to be in danger. For instance, this can also go into like things he cares about.
It also
not sort of. There's like a whole episode about that. That is just the way it works.
It depends on his emotional state too, because like he did kind of go crazy when Appa was missing, and
because something he perceived that he perceived something he cared about was in danger. That's. Yeah,
but the Avatar state being harder to reach,
and not only that, but it's shown in like expanded material, isn't it? That the flying bisons are like connected spiritually, and that's like why they can't fly anymore.
True, but also the Avatar state being easily accessed by Korra in season 2 was also a problem with Korra. Like, girl, why are you being able to use Avatar state really easily? Like, Aang struggled with that throughout this whole series. Like. If I
addressed that in the first scene of the second season.
Yeah.
That's like Tenzin's first line. It shouldn't be used as a booster rocket.
Right, yeah, and that's
But like I would have had actually season 2 of Korra be focused on her mastering the Avatar state. I feel like that would have been a really cool arc for season 2 if she like was trying to master
Actually,
the
yeah,
Avatar
you're right.
state.
That's true.
Like that could be her whole story. Like you can see several scenes of her training, trying to use the Avatar state. Maybe she like stays in it for too long at periods, or maybe she tries to fumbles with it constantly and tries to figure out how to best use that Avatar state and master it. That would have been a great arc.
That could have given a fun to explore the spirit world in a more in-depth way.
I mean, yeah, I mean, definitely the Avatar state is inherently tied to the spirit world, so it's like, bam, it makes sense with the theme of the book.
Korra did say spiritual failure.
Yeah, and there's all kinds of freaky creatures in like the spirit world they could have pulled from. They could have like had a whole new like monster designs and everything for that too with that. But
I hate how some of the spirits looked in Korra as well, because some of them looked way too cute for me and like looked way too weird.
Not every spirit has to be like an ugly monstrosity.
Not in a good way, but like weird in like a it kind of just looks like a stuffed plush animal. It looks like a plush.
Yeah, some spirits
some can, but most of the spirits just looked like plushes, and I kind of wish they went for more monster or even more mythology inspired designs for all the.
But mythologically accurate versions of spirit is not. Spirits have existed in many different mythologies, and in Asian mythology, there's again a lot of different types of spirits. Like
there's only 2 in Korra, I'm pretty sure, or only 2 like you have dark spirits and normal spirits. Technically, the spirits are a thing.
No, but what I'm saying though is because like not every spirit has to be like an evil monster. Like you can have
I'm not saying they have to be evil. I'm just saying design-wise, I think
they don't all have to look ugly either. Like there's a good chunk of spirits that are
they
like
all look
beautiful.
too cute, and it's annoying. They look like stuffed animals.
Yeah, and some spirits are not exactly designed.
So all spirits should be stuffed animals?
Yeah, if that's the way they were designed to be.
No, every single spirit you see in a media should be a stuffed animal.
That's not what I said.
No, that's what I'm saying Korra does. Korra has every single spirit that isn't a dark spirit look like a cute plush.
Okay, so then
I'm saying there should be more variety. Not everyone should be a marketable plush.
I don't know, they're cute. Why not?
So you agree with Korra's series saying every spirit should be a marketable plush?
Evidently, not every spirit.
Did they actually make plushes out of the spirits? Like I don't
actually know if they did, but they basically look like that. And I'm like, listen, okay, I want some like out there designs. I want some out there thing. I want some like darker colors. I want something really cool like stripes, or like I want out there spirit designs.
You can do that, but you can also have the cute designs.
Plushes.
I think what Aidan is saying is that he wanted more of that variety. Have the marketable plushes, but also some of the weird stuff.
There wasn't enough of the weird stuff in there.
There we go.
They were just too cute. They were just cute. That's all they were. And I'm just like, oh, kind of boring. Honestly, it would have been more interesting if they went out there more. Like half the designs were out there at least. Plus, most of the spirits were unmemorable design-wise. Like I could think of how they look, but I mean, I couldn't describe. Oh yeah, this spirit was really cool design-wise. Like, dang. Also, Rafu and Vatu failed at the yin and yang concept, which is what they're based off of.
Yeah, that's a very common criticism.
Because like yin and yang, yin can't exist without yang, but everyone mischaracterized yin and yang as good and evil. No, yin and yang are the concept of one can't exist without the other. What? And like, yeah, good can't technically exist without evil, but the only way yin and yang can be in balance is if they're equally together. Versus the only way good and evil could exist together is if good primarily exists and evil's in the corner, doing nothing. That's the only way they could exist in a quote unquote balance. You can't have like.
Yeah, that's part of what Star Wars was criticizing. Funny enough.
Plus, the idea of a dark avatar annoys me because, like, here's the thing: any avatar could technically be evil.
Yeah,
there could easily be evil avatars. Heck, there'd be morally gray avatars. Like,
there are morally gray avatars.
Yeah, but like
I wonder if there's like a good avatar somewhere down the cycle that Unalak started. If he did start a cycle with Vatu, and Vatu just like kick the puppy. No, I refuse. Just the whole of their life.
No, I mean, yeah, but there are. I'm about to go here in a second. Well, not go, but like mute here in a second. But no, there are morally gray. Like for instance, even that was a thing in like the first Avatar show, right, where he would go to different avatars and they'd be like
morally gray in some regards
because Aang was very much we have to go the right way of doing things. We have to be good and kind. And then other avatars, whenever he's asking, hey, how do I deal with this? I want to follow your way.
It's just like kill him.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, yeah, just execute them. Like, what do you mean? He's too dangerous to be left alive.
Yeah, he's bad. Therefore, you should kill him.
Moment.
You know, he's dangerous. Kill him. He's just like, I don't want to. It's just like, nah. Listen, I know that
sounds like you talking about some characters, actually.
Or in fact, even Yang Chen, for instance, right, is a fairly like morally gray. Like she like tortured someone one time for a flying bison.
Didn't her like bison die? They get murdered.
I
think her bison got murdered at one point, and that really upset her, and like she killed a bunch of people over it.
Yeah, she lost it.
I mean, Aang, if Katara wasn't there, Aang would have killed the Sandbenders. I'm gonna be honest; he would have murked them all
in that emotional state. Aang would have killed them all in that one moment.
Yeah, Aang was upset. Like, listen, you may want to murder his people, that's one thing, but murder his bison, he'll kill you.
I mean, he had no one to lash out at when that happened.
Yeah, they're all kind of dead.
Exactly, yeah. Monkey Atso took care of most of them. Which,
I'm
by the way,
they show the whole Monkey Atso, like, cave with all the like skulls and stuff. I'm surprised Nickelodeon allowed that back in the day.
Yeah, but the implication of Monkey Atso, by the way, is it took like 100 firebenders under Sozin's comet to equal the power of one.
I think the implication was with everyone in that room that Monkey Atso just sat there and meditated while he sucked all the air out there, and all the airbenders like suffocated with him.
Or actually, now I think about it, wasn't that the room that you had to enter by airbending? Yeah. So quite possibly the firebenders might have finished off Monkey Atso and then never found a way out.
Probably too. Basically, Monkey Atso was like, yeah, no, you'll. And Monkey Atso got them killed.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
he had the last laugh, which is all he ever wanted, really. The last laugh and Aang's safety. He got both of those.
Well, sort of. I mean, Aang was just safe in an iceberg somewhere.
That's exactly what I was referring to.
Although I wonder what would happen if Aang was actually there at that night with the airbenders and stuff. Like, if he would have survived, like, what would have happened to Aang? Like, I still think the Underworld War would have still happened.
The question is, would he have survived? Actually,
really, he may have died that night if he was still there.
Yeah, there's actually what if scenarios about this. I think the official Team Avatar channel actually made a what if scenario, 3 what if scenarios in one video about this. They didn't go into detail. It's not like the what if-free that I do on the Butter Bunch, for example, where it's like an entire episode or like several multi-parts dedicated to the ins and outs. It's more like, here are like the brief bullet points of possible ways things could have gone. You know, draw your own conclusions, and that's basically it. I personally found that's the less fun way, but then again, I am the resident Masako copycat according to our comment section, so I am biased.
What if Aang died?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, then there would have been a new Avatar, but that new Avatar wouldn't have been able to learn airbending, unless, or could they? Actually, could a Bender like the Avatar or
like the Avatar, for example, learn airbending with all the airbenders dead.
I do wonder, because there's the Avatar state, when it was first introduced, was described as a way to call upon the wisdom of your past lives. Would that not include their bending?
Maybe, I don't know, because like I do wonder if if someone was born an airbender, if they would naturally learn airbending. It like Avatar would naturally learn it through like just using bending in general. And like would actually be able to learn airbending naturally because it's still technically within them.
You know, that's that is a fair question, and I don't really know. I mean, technically speaking, Aang and Katara were able to start waterbending with scrolls, so they could get somewhere and then fill in the blanks in theory, but not be very good at it at the same time.
Although I think a waterbender would have been decent at learning it, just because airbending and waterbending are pretty much go with the flow kind of style, anyways. So I
suppose, yeah. I mean,
the next Avatar probably would have been able to find a way to learn airbending somehow.
Well, theoretically, the kind of bending you would struggle the most with would be the one that is your elemental opposite. So, you know, like Roku would struggle with water and Aang struggle with earth. That being said, Korra broke that by struggling with air, but
her attitude is also very different from Aang or any or most waterbenders we've seen. So
yeah, so I guess if you're raised as a go with the flow person, then you very much could. That being said, the water type aren't necessarily to go with the flow some of the time. I guess technically speaking, in the comics, a lot of them are because of the evolution of the water tribe.
Which kind of bender would you be if you had to be a bender? Like, which bender would you be if you could be a bender?
That's actually a whole other episode idea we could do with the characters. I mentioned like the Hogwarts house at the start of this. That's another thing people question.
Because personally, I think I would be a waterbender.
Because like I tend to be on the more support side, and like the healing bending would lean a lot into that. I definitely wouldn't be a bloodbender in any way, though. I would never touch bloodbending.
Oh well, yeah, no.
But like
most waterbenders don't.
But in most scenarios, I tend to be go with the flow if possible. If I have the ability to go, I tend to be go with the flow. But I'm also way too anxious to ever be like an airbender, because like airbenders are like, like airbenders lean way too much into the light on your feet, tend to be like super carefree, I guess. No earthly possessions, etc. That kind of stuff. Which I'm definitely not I don't lean into any of those kind of things, because like I'm still somewhat grounded, which makes water is like a middle ground. But I also don't have the attitude of like a firebender or earthbender. I don't tend to have like a super hard attitude about things.
Yeah, I'm struggling with this one, quite honestly.
And like a lot of firebenders tend to go use anger to like do their firebending, which not all do, but a lot of firebenders do.
You're not supposed to. That's not the proper way of doing firebending.
Well, that's what the Fire Nation did for like 100 years.
Yeah, and it blew up in their face eventually, of course.
Eventually.
If it weren't for their technology, they wouldn't have gone that far. And so it's Scotland.
I wonder if there's like a comment for like, I wonder if there's like a sort of event that would help out waterbenders or earth, not waterbenders, that's kind of the full moon. Yeah. If there's like an event that will help out earthbenders and airbenders.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess the next major avatar is going to be primarily earthbending, so maybe we'll get some lore on that in that department eventually.
I mean, if they decide to do that, of course, because it doesn't seem like they have plans at the moment.
It was pointed out though that earthbenders, we don't really get to focus on their spiritual connection much, though. Like the spiritual connection when it comes to earthbenders.
No, that's true.
Like we got like waterbenders, like a huge spiritual influence, like earthbenders, and even firebenders to a certain extent. We got like some spiritual representation with them. But we don't really get much with Earthbenders. I mean, I guess the closest we ever got to that was learning more, like, about, like, the badger moles, or, like, I guess, technically. I mean, that's about it.
Building the tunnels.
Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel.
Yeah, I was thinking of a different song, but yeah, that works too.
The Great Divide joke in the play was great.
That's also an entire different episode.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Great Divide is kind of similar to an episode of Ben 10 about the war episode.
I have that one on DVD. Actually. Yeah.
Yeah, like
hello, I'm back.
The two sides fighting over what potentially happened, and turns out neither of them. It doesn't matter which of them are right. Like Ben 10 was the statue. Like, what color the statue was? Was it the red or the green? Not the red or the blue. And then it just turns out it really didn't matter.
Yeah, it just further proves how idiotic war is.
It was just like, okay, who cares what color the statue is? Why does it matter?
Avatar had a similar episode.
Yeah, the Great Divide.
Yep.
Well, I feel like most, yeah. We were just talking about that.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I just
that's how I got brought up, because I was like, it's similar to that Ben 10 episode with the statue, with the statue in the war.
Sorry, yeah. As I said, I had to go for a little bit to eat. I didn't know that's how he got there.
Yeah, I don't have to eat, but I probably will be ending this stream sometime soon. I was going to do Color Night with Ghostie, but Ghostie disappeared.
You could so just eat here.
Not really, because I'm editing. That's a bad combination.
Is it?
Yeah, because then I do both of those things way slower.
Oh.
Well, that being said, I think I'm actually about done.
So yeah, I just finished our Fallen Angel scene, so yay.
Nice. That's amazing. That's amazing, old friend. Nice.
Her mouth's too low in that, and when the shot with her hand on over her face.
Oh yeah, no, that's because the head changes.
There goes your mouth.
You changed the head a lot. Listen, I don't change the head a lot, even in the Mrs. Dysart show.
Well, yeah, that's because when people talk, they naturally move their heads a lot.
Yeah, I think I don't really.
Or which is because like at this point she's thinking in this frame here she's thinking to herself.
Oh my god, was this a Minecraft reference?
What?
No.
No, she's thinking to herself at this point. At this point right now, for thinking out loud. In this one, she is addressing both of them, so she frames her head slightly in the middle of them. I changed the eyes as well. Kylie has been facing upwards a lot of the time in this upright position. Terry mostly falls because he can see her that well. In some of these other ones where, yeah, she lifts herself up because it's like, okay, I'm going to put my hand in the center here because I'm silencing both of you, and my head will go slightly up as well because I still need that view. Just kind of those things. Once again, head up because she's like, oh yeah, it's so bad, like that kind of tilt to the side. Just those details. And again, Gacha Life 2 is great for that kind of thing, but Gacha Club as well. As soon as they opened up the option of head tilts, I was all in for that. Beforehand, it was hard to have people on different layers and still look like they're looking at each other in any sort of way. One of Gacha Life 1's the biggest, I'm not going to say failings because they hadn't thought that yet, but misses, I should say.
So red. Oh. Sure, I forgot about a segment in episode 6. There's a moment where a moose runs off, and Alistair is like, "Oh, hey guys, we're being watched," and then Sarah's is like, "Oh yeah, that's to be expected. We're in a forest." And Alistair's like, no, I like a moose just ran off. And Zaraza goes, who cares about a moose? And Alistair goes, I care about the moose. I didn't realize how many good jokes were in that one. I'm so I'm so ready for this commission piece to be done, man. I'm so excited. Is something going wrong?
I think so. What did I just do? Oh, right. That's what I just did. There's two ways of applying keyframes into a video, and I forgot which one I was actually using for this scene. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. That is more like it. And that, I think, is the final lip sync. Yeah, because after that she goes back to... Oh, actually, I can check the positioning by doing that. Nice, nice.
It's so weird seeing that weird little like tentacle thing come in from the side.
What?
There's like a weird tentacle thing that comes in from the side whenever you go into that green screen mode.
Oh, okay. Yep, then the rest of it is...
Whoa, what weird alien creatures about to try to enter the frame of Mutant Girl?
They look at each other. There we go. And that, lords and ladies, is why this show takes forever to come out.
Good news, everyone! 50 seconds in! Yeah!
Well, I mean, this is scene 4, so it's going to be further in the timeline. But yeah, that I think is ready to render. I would play it now, but it's not going to work because of the frames and the screen share. So I'll do a test render.
All right, everyone.
We'll see how that
hope
goes.
you guys are excited for the next episode of Mutant Girl. It's 50 seconds long.
It's just that scene. I haven't even done the angles yet. This is all this is all going to be pre-rendered in this format. So again, all the zoom-ins I was doing before, they were just for me. This is going to look like. Then I'm going to do it separately, do the camera angles afterward. This is what I mean when I tell people to pre-render in Gacha Review. So yeah, hopefully that was interesting for people. That's
judging by the view count, it was not.
We'll do more flirting with KW next time. We'll do more. We'll do more Oh Ashley's next time. Okay, but for now, I guess that's just a good place to end, honestly. So I got to render. Oh, Aidan even said BRB. Oh, I was in. Oh, he's not going to know we ended the stream.
No.
Okay, well, I'm just going to do it anyway. So thanks everyone for watching. Please leave a like or dislike if you're not subscribed to us already.